What's up, y'all? I still got this big jacket on, but y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can engage in this conversation that I want to have with the fellas, because you know it's a disconnect. It's a disconnect that's going on, and I'm trying to figure it out. I really be out here trying to have honest discussions with these fellas, but a lot of men can't be honest, and I don't know what. Well, I know what the disconnect is. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm seeing a disconnect. But we're gonna see, because I want to know like how what I'm doing is pandering or simping, and why am I being asked to hold myself up to the standard that they not holding on themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's why on TikTok y'all can't see it, but I got these little questions up here, because the things that they always hit me with, right? They always hit me with these stupid sayings, which basically is don't generalize black men, but at the same time, us black men can generalize black women, right? That's what they say. They say you are pandering and simping. You don't call out both sides. Why am I being it's me asking, like, why am I being asked to do something y'all not doing yourself? And then she not gonna let you hit, right? Because in order to defend or call out the nonsense that's being said on these panels, I need to be trying to cheat on my wife. That's what I need to be doing. I need to be trying to get as many women on my sides, because I need to cheat on my wife, bro. I'm not getting no sex. I'm not getting no, attention. My wife is she's treating me bad. She's just really treating me bad. I don't, whatever type of, stuff that these dudes say is, or whatever they thinking is happening to me. Let me get out this big jacket real quick. Hold on. Just basically all the dumb stuff they be saying. Mm-hmm. Because that's that's what I need to be. That's what I'm doing this for. I'm not doing this out the kindness of my heart. I'm not bringing back the smoke to us equally. I mean, to us, because because somebody needs to call us out. I'm pandering and simping, right? So I'm gonna see what the guys have to say. And also, I was told to address this basically this victim blaming that I saw going on. But again, the guy's not going to change, right? His name is Black Guru. Apparently, he had a woman over there. And it's another dude named Moses. I don't feel like talking about them niggas, right? But Black Guru is not gonna stop. This woman going up there trying to explain her abusive situation, and basically the guys were like, well, no woman in her right mind would not leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes don't understand Stockholm syndrome. Dudes don't understand that it take about 7 times for an abused person to get away from their abuser, right? That's what it takes. So y'all don't know, and then you don't know the situations that a woman in. Sometimes she's staying because of kids. Sometimes she's staying because of finances, bro. There's many reasons why women can't get out of abusive situations, right? And I'm just tired of explaining this. This is common. Not all you gotta do is use Google. These dudes can somehow become statisticians, right? And be able to quote all these stats. I'm sorry. Somehow they're able to read all these stats, right? They got all the stats about women, all the stats, but yet, just they can't look up why some women don't leave abusive relationships. That's just right. That just doesn't make any sense to me. And then they're always victim blaming. So that's another thing. But yeah, anyway, tap the screen, share the live, y'all. Black men today, black men, TikTok black men, YouTube black men. This conversation for y'all. Y'all call me a panderer and a simp. So I want you to explain how what I'm doing over here is pandering and simp. Because again, I don't think you have any valid arguments to call me a panderer or a simp. I just want some real valid arguments, right? Because one thing that I will say, this whole it goes on both sides argument, they only play that over here. But when they're on those same other panels, nothing goes both ways. There's no nuance. It's just straight women bashing or talking bad about women. There's no nuance over there. No nuance. So this is the things y'all say. Black men, y'all say don't generalize black men. Y'all get mad at me when I do that, but then you don't get mad at the men who generalize black women. So then you say you are pandering and simping. I don't even know how I'm pandering and simping. And then you say she not gonna let you hit. I mean, these are your rebuttals every time. Every time I have valid arguments and valid critiques of how these panels are being handled, this is what y'all say something stupid because I think you're stupid. And if that's a generalization to black men that black men are stupid, then well, a lot of y'all prove yourselves to be stupid. So she not gonna let you hit. Bro, give me a valid critique. Nobody's doing this to hit women. What are you talking about? I'm married. So y'all always got to come up with some type of stupid insult. He trying to cheat on his wife. You trying to build a platform and pander to women. You got to really tell me how I'm pandering, fam. You got to really tell me how I'm pandering and simping. None of that fugazi throwing on shots and saying something stupid. I want you to tell today you get to hold me accountable. Today you get to hold me accountable, black man. All you black men, they get mad at me on TikTok and on YouTube, all you niggas. You get to hold me accountable today. I will take your critique and I will listen to you thoroughly. But honestly, I don't think you have a valid argument, but I'm willing to listen. Anyway, y'all on TikTok, tap the screen, share the live, because this gonna be spicy. I want to hear from the men. Right? They say we don't. I want to hear straight from the men if they gonna come in today, but they might not come in today. I really want to know. I really want to know because this is all they say. She not gonna let you hit. Okay, cool. They asking me to do better, right? I gotta be my 28 behind self has to be the one to lead with character. You're older than me. Y'all niggas be older than me. Why can't y'all do it? Why can't y'all lead? Why can't y'all, you know what I'm saying, have better conversation? Why can't y'all do anything? Why are you trying to put all this on me? Why are you asking me to do better? But then why are you asking me to do stuff that you're not even doing yourself? That's all I want to know. That's all. Why y'all asking me, right, to do things that you're not doing yourself over there? Hey, don't generalize black men, Shannon. But y'all generalizing black women over there. So how you asking me to do something and y'all not doing it? It goes both ways. It's on both sides. Y'all only say that over here. On your panels, nothing goes both ways and is on both sides. It's the woman wrong and the man right. And then she not gonna let you hit. I don't care about hitting any of these women. So again, if you have any valid critiques as brothers, explain pandering and simping. If you think I'm a panderer or a simp, can you give me valid critique that will put me as a panderer or a simp? I will love to hear what valid arguments do you have against controversial Shannon. Okay, what valid arguments? But y'all continue to share and share this with the niggas that be hating. Share this with the niggas that be hating on TikTok. Y'all share the screen, tap the screen, share the live. I said share the screen. That's funny. Y'all tap the screen, share the live, right? So again, any men, any black men, any black man, because this is for you, right? This for you. I am not above reproach. I am not a perfect man. This is for y'all, okay? And then we're gonna move on to something else. But this for you. Since you think that I can't have a balanced conversation, then get up and tell me how. Get up and tell me how. Where is it? No, because that's what they always say, Big Love. So that's why because I want the smoke. I want the smoke today. I'm all for the smoke. Whatever the smoke look like, whatever the niggas gotta say, I'm all for the smoke today. For black men today. So any black men, bro, that's okay. We'll keep talking. You know, if y'all want to come, I'm gonna give you about I don't know, an hour, maybe 30 minutes. No one decides to come up, that's cool. We're gonna move on to something else. But today you get to hold me accountable. So I just want to know, how is it always it's on both sides, but on your panels it's never on both sides? Can y'all answer that? Because I just came off another guy's panel, right? I just came off another guy's panel. That nigga over there victim blaming. He don't even understand abuse. And while a lot of women can't get away from an evil man, he doesn't understand that. All he does is say, well, no woman in her right mind would stay. There's plenty of reasons why a woman stays in an abusive relationship. Sometimes it's because she's scared of the man and she can't get away. It takes about 7 times for an abused person to get away from the abuser. That's why, you dummy. Thank y'all. And then y'all want to say stupid stuff like this. If I was a woman, I would have did this. Well, you will never be a woman. I mean, unless you go cut your thing off and turn it into a box. But then even that, you still wouldn't be a woman. You will never be a woman. You will never be a woman. Biologically. Well, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, go with the the social, right? The social, being what a woman is socially, go ahead. But you will never be a woman Lord in heaven. You will never be a woman. It just won't happen. But again, so all this telling women that they need to, or they should have did this, and if I was a woman, that don't apply. That's cap. You don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like. I will never be able to say I know what it's like to be a any race of woman in this world. I don't go through what women go through. I don't experience sexism like women experience sexism. I don't even experience sexism. We don't experience sexism. Well, I won't go to the extreme. I won't go to the extreme, right? But we don't experience sexism, fam. Let's just stop the cap, bro. Yeah. And then if we did, if we was walking down the street, right, and some women, and so how am I so sure? We don't experience sexism. We don't care about sexism, and nor do we experience it. What is sexism to a man? You said, how am I so sure? Because we don't complain about it. We don't complain about sexism in workplaces. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? We don't complain about those things. And then, nigga, we know if we was walking down the street and a group of women said, oh, look at that little fine thing walking or whatever, or blew the whistle, nigga, we'll be trying to jump straight down anything walking. Because that's all we do is put our thing in anything walking anyway. It could be a tree. And trees don't even walk. Anything with a hole in it, we quick to... Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. But I can't call that out. So again, like I don't think y'all gonna come up here. I don't think y'all gonna come up here today. But again, the smoke is for me. The smoke is for me. If you called me a pander or a simp before, or you think that I'm one-sided, I don't care. You get to call me out today, and I get to listen. If you have any valid critiques, any valid critiques, any valid critiques. But there's not gonna be any. There's not gonna be any valid critiques.
The black man. I feel attacked, neglected.
What's going on, Queen? How you doing?
I is a king. I is God. I am the greatest black man there is. You is attacking and bashing black men. That's how dumb you niggas sound when y'all come into these conversations. I swear on God. What's up, Shannon? How you doing? Happy New Year.
What's up? Happy New Year to you, man.
I popped in here last night. I saw you in public eating Gun's Big C up.
That was all public. That was all public, man. I wasn't doing nothing. That was all public.
This a mutual of mine, pub. She was pretending to be a red pill because this how dumb these niggas sound.
Hey,
it's really unfortunate that TikTok is being bananaed at the end of this month, because what I was planning on doing this year was running back. So what I used to do on my other platform before I got permanently bananas was I used to do Black Men Forum for Black Men. And I was going to do a new spin on it. It was like web pill topics. And I was going to have like you and Shannon and Jones and a bunch of different Black men I follow that kind of have similar viewpoints. We don't agree on everything. Like I know me and you, we don't agree on everything. Like as far as like religion or spirituality.
Yeah.
But you know, like as far as like these topics that you have up, I agree. I think really realistically speaking, when we talk about black men as a whole are not doing the work. And what we have already recognized in these conversations is that a lot of these men, especially in today's age, don't understand how harmful or the amount of harm that they perpetuate onto Black women. And so you know, like I said, like you are doing the work. Public is doing the work. I see a lot of other men doing the work. Myself, I'm doing the work to unpack a lot of what I was bestowed upon. But I feel like from the holistically, it's very troublesome in seeing how black men really carry themselves. I'd be really fucking disappointed when I be hearing some of y'all in these conversations talking about where black women are.
Well, let me ask you a question though. Because I heard your statement. I agree with everything you say. The one thing I disagree with is when me and you, and going forward, right? When we say that we don't understand, I'm not using those words no more. I fully aware now, having these conversations, that we understand the harm that we do. We just don't give a damn. And that's how I'm going forward saying it. I think you know when you're hurting somebody, you know the things that's coming out your mouth, you know the harm. You can find all these statistics. You know what the heck we do as men on a societal basis. And I've been, that's my fault. I've been wanting to give a lot of grace and you know, say we don't understand. But now, you know, just reaching a point, no, talking to the guys that talk like that. No, we don't give a fuck. That's what we rest.
Exactly.
We don't care.
You know, exactly. I agree with you.
Yeah, we don't care.
And it's really, it's just detrimental. You know what I mean? And I be at times, when we're not heavy brothers people. I'm not doing it, right? Yeah. Like it's 2025 is a new year. So I just, like I said, I warned black men last year. I'm making it known this year. Sexual love being harmful to black women. It's up and it's stuck. That's just what it is. If it's publicly done in my face, we're gonna have an issue. I don't care if that's someone that you're in a relationship with or not. We're not proactive enough in our community. I'm not saying me and you, I'm just talking generally. I don't feel like black men are doing enough. Please, any nigga that come in here who's triggered by what the fuck I'm saying because it happened before and I was in here. No, I'm not talking to all black men. I'm talking specifically to the black men that don't get these topics or conversations because it's easy. They'll easily come on to panels like my host. You know, I talk about politics and racism. When I host those kinds of topics, they come on to my shit. They have no problem addressing racism. They'll go toe to toe to racist white T person. However, when we shift the conversation to colorism, sexism, patriarchy, misogyny, then they just can't seem to fathom those kinds of conversations. And there's a problem as a young, I'm 26. When I was 17, 18, I had to do my unpacking at that age. So I've been doing my unpacking for years now. I've been doing my education, my research for years. I'm not perfect by any means, but I understand full and aware and very emotionally aware and centered in knowing that black women, there's a black femicide happening, and there's not a lot of black men that is doing the work to ensure the safety of black women. That's just what it is. But regardless if they feel like that shit is attacking them or not, when you're not doing the work. So it should never, I don't see enough men on this app doing that shit. I just don't see it. I see a small percentage. And then when we try to be loud, like you see me, I'm very blunt. I'm very like on these niggas' heads, on these niggas' necks. They don't like that shit because they expect for me to be like, you a black man. Like, how you do me like that? Because nigga, you harmful. I don't give a fuck. You may look like me. We may have walked similar paths, whatever the case may be. But as a black man who was raised by black women, been around black women, black women as friends, as colleagues, as co-workers, black women who I've been romantically involved with, I know that for them, it is never going to be fully safe until we unpack our misogynoir collectively as black men. That's just what the fuck it is. There's no sitting here saying, well, we're getting unlocked by police. True. Black women are also getting unlocked by police. Black women are also being incarcerated. Black women are also going missing. That's the shit that pisses me off. They always bring up, well, what about there's black women that were globally being unalived in other countries that are also going through a black femicide that these niggas never want to address at all. And I land my plane there.
No, you good, bro. I'm gonna bring you back up later because I think HNIC and Public finna come up and because they want to have a little conversation.
For sure.
That's
All right, well, you know, I'm gonna be in the conversation. I appreciate you. Thank you.
thank you, man.
Happy New Year to you as well.
You as well, bro. Thank you. HNIC, what's up? Public gonna be here in a second. I told him, and I'll do a good job at moderating and making sure the comments not getting too crazy, so it won't be no look at the comments type comments. But did you have any disagreements on the way I run things? You know what I'm saying?
As long as we
No,
actually, you've been quite fair. You've been quite fair. Like even when I'm on here and everything, you've been quite fair and everything. I know some people that may have the same stance you have and be very what's the word? Just unfair. But you call like it is and everything. I remember our first conversation that we had. We talked about, you know, hey, what are solutions? What can we do? And how can we make sure we call out things to where that it gets to the next level and everything. So that's why I go to your platforms and everything. I don't go to many, but I still go to them.
So what do you think about?
I don't feel me partial because you were Texan. So
what you say?
I said I'm kind of partial because you were a fellow Texan.
Oh,
a fellow, so,
a fellow Texan. Okay.
You know how that.
Yeah. I just wanted to like. So what do you think the disconnect is, right? And I'm not gonna mention the guy's name because you know who the guys are. But I made a vow, you know, and I'm gonna keep it not to mention their names when they're not here. But I'll go ahead and mention one. You know, like Saw, Lower, you know those guys, right?
Yeah.
It's not really Lower. Lower don't bother me. Saw don't even bother me. Cartel don't even bother me. But I could understand what they were mad at. But me and Cartel, we still working on when we gonna have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? A balanced conversation. He can host it for all I give a damn. Charles Brooks, fuck Charles Brooks. I'm sorry for saying that, y'all. I'm sorry for saying that. I'm sorry. But anyway, just certain people, I'm trying to figure out what a disconnect is because it's like, you know, I'm not saying anything. I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to figure out, you know, where this whole pandering and simping type stuff coming from. It's like, what do you mean pandering and simping? I'm calling it what it is. And then when we go to stats, I read stats, I bring up these examples. It's like what I'm getting tired of is them asking me to not do what they're doing on the other side. Not necessarily, well, it is Saul, because the way he puts his backgrounds, but some of those guys, right? Not even just the way they doing stuff, but some guys on TikToks and some guys on YouTube, right? They are putting things in the background, which is making general statements. But if I do it to black men, now it's a problem. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of hypocritical, huh? I mean, like, you know, where's the disconnect? Y'all doing, you cannot ask a younger man, because I'm younger than all you guys. I'm 28, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't conduct myself being a 43-year-old troll online and cussing women out and calling women bitches and stuff like that. I don't do that. So you cannot, how are you asking me to lead by example and trying to tell me that I shouldn't generalize black men, but at the same time, you are on the other side doing the exact same thing in which you telling me not to do. That don't make sense.
I see what you're saying. I think sometimes y'all could be, you know, two sides of the same coin. And this is where you have to say, hey, you know what, meet in the middle to where that something could be done, because I believe that all of us want the betterment for our community. It's just different ways of going about it. And that's where you say, hey, you know what? I would say, you know what, what's something that both could actually agree upon and then go from there. But I can see people saying on both sides there's pandering. Because it's almost like, and if there's pandering on both sides, both extremes, it's where that you meet in the middle to where that it's like, it kind of cancel each other out.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you if you could see how people are saying that it's on both sides, that it's pandering. That's just the problem, though. There's no such thing as men pandering to men. Hold on. Public. Shit. Oh, Public said he live. He just nudged me. We're gonna join his. Public live right now. I'm gonna go over there. And I think he oh, he just nudged me. How do I accept it? How do I accept his nudge? Like, what the heck? Like, I had got it, but it didn't let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna say do it again. And my bad. I wonder if I got a am I frozen?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh, it's frozen right now. Hold on. I'm gonna tell him to send another one. Hold on real quick. HNIC. Hold on. My bad. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it said he just nudged me, but then like the notification just disappeared. Let me see. Okay, I see it. Viewers not matched. What you mean? Hmm. You just go over there. Yeah, it's not letting me. Like it's not letting me. Let me see. Oh. Viewers not matched. It's a invite with them. It's not. I don't know. It's not letting me. Let me send them a message real quick. Hold on, y'all. Having technical difficulties. Is his name? Co-host with the recommended friend. Like, it's not letting me do it. You say he live now? Wait, am I even friends? No, I'm friends with Pub. I'm definitely friends with Pub, but like I don't know if it say invite within 1 minute. Let me try it again. We got 30 seconds, y'all. We got 30 seconds. We got 30 seconds. This is why I said Shannon cut the live and go over there. I couldn't go over there. It wouldn't let me when I tried to nudge him, it wouldn't let me. And is HNIC here? I'm gonna get him back. Bro, that mother would not let me join, fam.
No, I know. I realize why. It's because you had somebody in the queue. So, and that's going to defeat the whole purpose. So you could tell, oh boy, to come back, and then we could just run it like that.
We could do it on. Well, I sent him invite. Here come.
I can't go. I can't do it.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay. Well, next time I know.
Yeah. Now we know because you can't. You gotta you can't have guests when you bring people. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have a guest in your box when you do it. You can only do it solo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm gonna bring one more moderator up. It's Shemaine because she know how to make big screens. Some reason it doesn't let me do it. So whenever somebody's talking, I just Shemaine, you remember how to make somebody big, right?
Shit.
Yeah, I got you right now.
Okay. All right, bet. So do you actually have the setting?
I'm trying to see now. Hold on.
Okay. Well, anyway, this is public. I'm not even gonna really call this a versus. I guess it's a debate. HNIC asked for this conversation. There was a little smokes and a little shots being shot at each other. HNIC hit me up.
I don't see it on my features. I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to check. I don't
yeah.
know where
That's
the hell.
what. Yeah, because TikTok keep doing that thing, but it's all good. So
Yeah.
it's all good. Whatever. But I want you to just watch the comments. Make sure it's not. I don't want nobody saying, "Oh, the comments and all that stuff." But anyway, we're gonna get into it. Who want to go first? I guess HNIC can go first. HNIC, what's your problem with public? And I guess it's debate about public don't do anything but pander and doesn't do anything for the community.
Well, I don't know what he does for the community. Maybe he keeps that to himself. I do remember him talking about him being a communist. But at the same
That's what you
time,
said. But I'm sorry to interrupt. You said in my DMs that public knows about the because I screenshot and said, hey, he wants a debate. You said public don't do anything for our people. So when I'm saying the community, I mean the black folks, and I'm addressing your initial smoke with public.
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
Because a lot of cats out here. There's this thing in psychology. It's called rumination. When you ruminate about a problem, you just bring up problems and no solutions. You just make the problem even worse. I remember the first time on your live public when you're saying that I probably don't be around my kids. I say, actually, I'm about 50% when it comes to fathering. He's like, oh, you a lie. You an effing lie. Okay, so to do that, especially in front of another black man and everything, especially when you don't know who that person is, that right there is what I call, I think I told you, Shannon, putting water on gremlins. The rhetoric that I hear, all it does for the most part is just hype people up, and then you get more of those cats that are more red pill. You get more cats that are more pro Andrew Tate, because when you're just going about and attacking and just only about going into this idea of cursing darkness and not actually lighting candles, that makes the problem even worse. That makes my job even harder. Now, I think it's been like, what, 2.5 years. I like to say, hey, on your platform, what have you done to where they say, hey, you know what? Here's a solution. Here's what's being built. Here's something that we can actually move from. Because I'd actually support you if it's something that's sustainable. But if we're going about and doing the same things over and over and just hyping people up and getting money off it, even though you're saying that you're a communist, but yet, it seems as though they make a pretty penny off it, which is very contradictory. That in itself don't help out. And then yesterday, of course, y'all talking about the idea of what happened with Joy and everything. That in itself, unfortunately, sets ladies back tremendously. It sets those men back, especially with corporate America, but with Joy, especially when we're looking at our young ladies and going into corporate America, that sets them back tremendously. I know I heard you saying about the idea of quid pro quo, and that's okay. Nah, that sets our ladies back tremendously.
Wait, how does the actions? Just quick question, because I don't understand. How does the actions of Joy alone set women back 50 years?
The thing is this, because there's men that go about the idea of having a demand that's out there, and there's women that have a supply. And if you're going into the corporate world, and then there's thirsty men out here saying, hey, I'm going to prey on these women, especially these single women or even married and everything, saying that, you know what, I don't see her as an equal. I don't see her as a comrade or anything else. I just see her as a body, and you're giving into that. That doesn't help out, especially if you're sleeping with a boss, because that in itself is very unethical. And then giving into that, it's almost like if you look at the idea of economics, of there being a cartel. A cartel saying that, hey, if all the people that's supplying something saying, you know what, we're not going to give in to the demands of, these people out there in the market, then the market gets dried up and say, hey, we got to step our game up in order to get whatever we want to get. Just like OPEC, it's a cartel. But if you get one or two in that cartel that breaks the social contract, says, you know what, instead of selling for $10, we're going to go around and sell it for $1. We're going to sell it for $2. Then that ruins the actual cartel, and that gets it to where that it undermines or weakens the ladies that are out there, or it weakens the group that's out there that's actually trying to hold a standard that will, of course, hold men to a higher standard as well. That's what definitely doesn't help out.
Okay, public, your turn. Go ahead.
I'm still, this is going to sound crazy. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm so lost. You just said a bunch. I don't know what do you want me to address? Like, I'm dead serious.
I think the original question was, what have you done with your platform to talk about solutions or bring about solutions and change? That was his original question, the first question before.
Okay, yeah, keep the questions in order for me because I'm confused. The thing about that question that's annoying, especially coming from him, is he asks the same questions, and we've already gone over this. I truly don't understand why must I repeat the same things over and over and over again, right? So I need to know, right, specifically, what problem are you talking about that I don't offer a solution to? That's what I want to know. I can't do vague shit, and I don't do like innuendos. Like, you don't know what communism is, right? Obviously. So I'm not gonna even address that shit. Like, I get it, you broke, and I make more money than you, and that shit be fucking with y'all, right? Because y'all niggas always watching somebody pockets. And I hope you're, with your kids more. I'm with all of that stuff. Like, I'm not rooting against you. I'm just being honest. I don't believe nothing y'all say. Yeah, it's a ad hominem, and yes, I did do that because you said that you tried to bring up the fact that I was a communist, and then said, "Oh, and you're making like, you know what? I'm just gonna say it straight out. I don't do passive aggressive attacks, right? You've been passive aggressively trying to attack me. I don't give a fuck. Don't play stupid now. You've been trying to passively aggressively attack me, and I'm just not. I don't know why you think I'm dumb or slow or something like that when you can't even handle this conversation. So don't do any passive aggressive attacks. If you got something that you want to say about me, you can say it about me. I'm fine with it. But when I punch back, don't start fucking clutching your pearls and acting like I came here to have a discussion. You didn't. You're disingenuous. All your questions are. So prove me wrong. Tell me specifically what the fuck you want me to address. That way we can have a discussion. Don't go on no long 30-minute tangents and rants. I don't give a fuck. Be specific. What issue are you talking about specifically?
Okay, so you go with ad hominems. Usually that's saying that the person is slow themselves, or the idea that they're
I got you. Can you answer my question though?
The next thing.
Yeah.
I just said the idea, and I knew what communism is. What I'm saying is that what solutions have you provided for men?
And what about what? Pertaining to what?
Okay. So how about this? You say that masculinity is bad, because you said that before, right?
Yep.
Okay. So how do you define masculinity? What solution do you say that men should follow when it comes to manhood and masculinity?
I don't believe in masculinity. So it's not a matter of me thinking that masculinity needs to be redefined. I think it needs to be done away with, as well as gender. I'm a gender abolist. I'm a gender. I'm against gender. Huh?
So you're not a man then, right? So I'm dealing with a person who's not a man.
Cool.
You're not a man. You don't believe in man and woman.
No, it's made up. But I know what they are. It doesn't mean that I don't understand the concepts.
You know what else?
I get the concepts, but I don't believe in them.
Do you know what else is made up? Words, color. That's made up. The thing is, when you talk about the idea of social, it's called social construct. A social construct is the life that we live.
Colors are real. Colors are real. H2IC. Gender isn't.
Listen, no, because in different cultures, there's different colors. There's even colors that we don't see.
No.
Okay.
Colors are real. It's not about it being in a different culture. Colors are real. We can see colors. Unless you are colorblind, colors are real. Period.
So are you going to listen, or are you just going
I just want to be real because your analogy was dumb.
So in the idea of words are made up, correct?
I know this. Yeah.
Okay, so that means that words are not real then?
No, but no. H&IC, hold on, wait. Take it one step at a time. Breathe. Right? Let me deconstruct one bad analogy before I get to the next one. So words not being real are cool. Words are made up. But the things that words describe are real, right? So this is a can. We call it a can. Whether we call it a can or not, it's a real thing. So the word can be made up. Right? but the thing is real. Gender is made up. It's not about the word in and of itself. It's the construct that's made up, sir. If you would listen, don't talk while I'm. If you hold on, you have to not talk while I'm talking, so you can understand. Because you don't. Construct is pretty much
To build, right? We break.
no. That is construct. Hold on. That is to construct. Construct is something that is made. It is man-made, right? That's the concept of it. It is a social construct, right?
One is a verb, to construct. The
Yes.
other is a noun. It's still being around the idea to build, sir. Something that is built.
So somebody made it up.
And to understand our society, we construct things like words, the ideas of color, the ideas of gender, to make sense of what's going on. Just like when you look at, hey, this is an animal. We're going to name this animal.
That's not why we made up gender.
Okay, I'm talking.
I know.
The idea of a social construct. You said you like sociology, right?
I love it.
Okay. Have you heard the phrase, what is real? What is perceived as real is real in its consequences. Do you know what that means? That's like the foundation of sociology. Do you know what that means?
No, I get the idea of it, yeah.
What does it mean, sir?
What is perceived as, I mean, if you think it's real,
What is perceived as real is real in its consequences. What does that mean, sir?
if you think it's real, more than likely it'll be reality, which means that you will have to deal with it
In
at some
sociology.
point in time.
Okay, good. So a society. What is a society?
A system that is, I mean, it's made up of a bunch of people, but
Okay.
the idea of society
Yes.
is
Okay.
like a network of systems that
Okay.
basically
Uh-huh.
bring people together.
Okay.
Right.
Now, what brings people together is things like common language, a common understanding.
Hey man, hold on.
Common
Hold on,
different
hold on.
things.
This taking too long. I know this taking too long though. You're not going nowhere.
Wait, time out. Let's
I'm
wait,
getting
hold on.
close.
H and I see, hold on. Wait, time out. H and I, I'm gonna let you respond, but can you please answer Public's question on which solution or which thing he has given for, or can you please ask him a question? What has he done for men, or what?
If you're against red pillars and everything, the way
Okay.
that you're going about it is an asinine way. It makes my job and other people's jobs difficult.
You are a red pillar, HNIC.
Okay, sure. The idea, just because I'm a Muslim and you think that I'm a red pillar, gotcha. Okay.
That's not why I think. I don't even know if you're Muslim. I don't know. I don't give a fuck what your religion is. I think you're a red pillar because you use red pill talking points.
Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. Son.
I'm focused.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I'm trying to talk, and then of course you're trying to do like the gish gash, like my middle school students do that in debate class. Anyway, the idea of having a discussion on the idea of how to get less red pills. Now, what you go about and do, you go about you ad hominem and everything else, but there's no solutions. It just, as I say, it puts more water on gremlins.
Okay. So you want me to? Can we get to the point? Because you're repeating yourself.
I already told you.
You have the brain of an 80-year-old. Like y'all brains are like sick.
When I said you're a pander, and you just make things worse. I already told you that.
Okay. So can we address it now, or are you just gonna keep saying the same thing over and over?
And I already told you. What have you built?
Okay. I don't know what that means. What have I?
What solutions have you built to where that we can actually have a better society? Which you got derailed because I was trying to tell you what it is, and you just went off the rails and everything. So what have you built?
I went off the rails. Okay. So my solution to what problem is my question. That's what I asked you initially.
I mean, you
have
have
it.
say there's red pills and everything. So what is your solution?
To what? What is my solution to what?
For the growth of red pillars out there, and the idea of the issue of young men today. What is your viable solution?
So to young men, or to red pillars, or to both? Which one?
Let's do
Because
both.
they're different.
Do both.
So you want me to give you two separate answers?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Wait, time out, because there's some confusion going on in the chat. When he said growth, he didn't mean growth as in like to have more. He's mean to stop them from growing. Because I did see your comment. I don't want you to think he's saying to have more. I hope that
I knew what he was saying. I knew what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
No,
So
he
you
was
just
saying that to the comments.
Yeah,
That's
the comments. We good.
Yeah.
We good.
So yeah, my approach for young men, and there's many approaches. That's why I've been asking you to be more specific. But essentially, right, to young men who haven't wholly bought into red pill ideology, my suggestion would be to not listen to men like HNIC, and not listen to many men. To be honest with you, I don't think many men have much to offer when it comes to gender equality and things of that nature. I would offer men, or I would tell men to deconstruct their own misogyny, to unpack their own misogyny, to and how would you do that? I mean, obviously, you would need to be educated. You would probably need to read past the 6th grade. You would need to listen. You could honestly, it's really not that hard to understand what's going on. If you listen to women, they will tell you exactly how they're being oppressed and what they want and what they need from men. And then you could kind of take that and build upon that. If you have any traumas that are unhealed, obviously heal them. If you were abused or neglected by a parent or two or by society, you might want to go to therapy. You need to understand yourself. You need to be self-aware. You need to be honest. You need to have integrity. You need to be consistent. You need to be unabashed, unafraid. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk to the youth. You need to, and there, like I said, there's 1,000 little things in there. You need to understand consent. You need to understand boundaries. You need to not be entitled. You know, there's a lot of it, man. There's a lot going on. For red pillars, I don't really have much to offer red pillars because I don't try to convince red pillars of anything because red pillars are lost. They're to me, trying to convince a red pillar is like a black man trying to convince a KKK to not be racist. Like, I'm not trying to convince red pillars to not be red pilled. You know what I'm saying? The people who I talk to or the people who I, hope to get are the ones who haven't already bought into red pill ideology, or the ones that may be in the red pill, like in the manosphere, but don't even know it. They're just caught up in it because we're kind of all indoctrinated into the patriarchy. And I talk to those people. I'm like, hey, like, you're married, you got a family, you got kids, you got a shot, you got a chance, you got some, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you can grow. There's some growing there that you can do. Those are the people that I talk to. And I talk to those men every day, and I offer 1,000 solutions every day. Not lying is one of them, right? Listening will be another one. Actually go get a real education. If it's formal or informal, go get an education. Don't be like HNIC. Don't be a pseudo intellectual. Be a real intellectual, right? But more than anything, intellectual or not, be honest. There's no need to lie, right? Like it's the lying that really fucks it up for everybody. To be honest with you, that's our biggest problem with men, is the amount of lies that we believe and the amount of lies that we perpetuate. That's our problem.
I thought you said for them to not listen to men. You said that, right?
Yeah, in general, not every man. I don't speak in absolutes. I don't think there's enough men that are doing the work.
But you said that you don't believe in gender, so you're not a man. You said that, right, though?
Yeah, that's not a gotcha. I just want you to know that. Sir, I don't believe in race, but I know we're black. I don't believe in gender. I know that to make it easy for everybody, I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you that gender isn't real. No. I know how society is. Gender is, in this case, you're a man, I'm a man, Shannon's a man, Shemaine's a woman. Fine. There's no need in playing that game. It's not, I promise you, it doesn't work the way you think it does.
I agree with you. Say, for example, men having more emotional intelligence. At the same time, are you exhibiting emotional intelligence?
Yeah, I do.
So you exhibit empathy.
Yeah.
What's the 5 elements of, and this is not a guy.
I don't fucking know.
What is emotional intelligence?
I don't know. Oh, what is my idea of it, or you asking me what what is the concept of it?
The concept.
Because there isn't any defined definition. It's just an idea. So
just
there is. It's not. There's not. Emotional intelligence looks different to different people. It's not a definition. It's not in the dictionary. It's, you know what I'm saying? It is literally a concept. What are you talking about?
There's a
Yes, there is a book on it. That doesn't mean that's the book on it. That's just a book on it.
So, no,
There's other people who write books on it too. Like, what are you talking?
when it comes to emotional intelligence, this guy right here, Daniel Goleman, is the godfather when it comes to emotional intelligence. But there's 5 elements of emotional intelligence.
That's his opinion. Yeah, that's his opinion.
But he's the person that actually developed that idea to where that we're following the idea of what is emotional intelligence, and that is the functioning construct of what we look at when it comes to emotional intelligence. You say I'm being suitable.
I don't think he is. But keep going. But go on.
No.
So you tell me what you think emotional intelligence is.
This is I don't know, but what it's saying that is the idea that there's information that's out there, and you're saying that it's not.
I didn't say there's no information out there.
You said there's no definition of emotional intelligence. Everything I showed you.
I said there is no one definition of emotional intelligence. That is that man's opinion of what emotional intelligence is. I'm telling you. That's what it's not it is not a thing. It is not a real thing. It is a concept, the same as gender. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It is just an idea.
And he's yapping right now. I'm trying to let him know. And usually when it comes to emotional intelligence, you can at least listen empathetically and saying that, hey, you may be wrong on anything. But I'm saying that we agree with the idea of emotional intelligence, and that needs to be something that's brought up to where that we can get to the next level. So with Daniel Goleman, the book, that is the foundational aspect of what it means to be emotional intelligence. And people have been working off that definition and those 5 elements that he talks about in the book, and that I teach with my students and everything. So once again.
So hold on. What did you say the guy's name was?
Daniel Goleman.
When did this book come out?
This is back in the early 90s.
Okay, because you said Daniel Goleman, but there's also 2 other psychologists that was involved.
Yes, but this is the quintessential aspect of what the definition of emotional intelligence. From this made it to where that other people have written about and talked about emotional intelligence. And he says there's 5 elements of the idea of emotional intelligence, like self-awareness, self-regulation, social skills, empathy, etc.
I got you. I see the 5. Like I get you what you're saying. But all right, go ahead.
So with the idea of looking at the idea of emotional intelligence and saying that, hey, especially the idea of empathy, if we're wanting to where that we can get our young boys or to get even red pill kids, because me personally, I think there's a gradient. Some are lost, as you were saying. I agree with you, public. But at the same time, there's some of them that, hey, we can still get to where that we can get in the fold, but we don't want it to where that we're going about and chastising them to where that they get more ammo and they're able to actually grow more people. You want to look at communism. You look at someone like Mao Zedong when he talks about on guerrilla warfare, he says that it's a fight between the idea of the fish and also the sea. You want to get more fish on your side. So the words that we use and the actions that we do, that's going to have an effect of either getting more people on your side or more people on the other side. What I'm telling you is that what you're doing is you're pushing more people to the other side to where that we're actually having to work harder to get more young men to be into therapy, which I agree and I participate in, to get more men to the idea of saying, hey, you know what does it mean to be a man? And I totally disagree when you're saying that when you say deconstruct manhood and masculinity, replace it with what? Because if you're deconstructing masculinity, that means you're deconstructing femininity. So we're just going to be blahs, there's just going to be nothing. The idea that we have the idea of emotional, intelligent men, and especially Shannon would understand, especially being a man of the Bible, Jesus, you look at the idea of Moses and other people that were emotionally intelligent, especially when you look at the definition provided by a book that you said that kind of doesn't exist. There's ways that we can actually construct, and it is already out there, of men who are emotionally intelligent, who are empathetic listeners, etc. We don't have to deconstruct masculinity. We have to make it to where that we define it and give roles to where that men can say, hey, you know what? Here's healthier ways of being a man, to where that we can be the best husband, the best father, the best man in the community, to where we can go about and have healthier societies.
So before you go, Pub. So here's the problem. Yes, I'm Christian. You're Muslim. Public's not religious. I don't know this man personally. Y'all know I'm cool with him, right? Like we share a lot of the same viewpoints, but I'm not around Public 24/7. But from the outside looking in, and his wife never said nothing bad about him. really can't find much dirt on him. He's been vulnerable about his past of being a very misogynistic person, and that's why he's doing the unpacking and talking the way he does. I think he would still be a decent example of what it means to be a man to some extent. He just wouldn't be inside the confines of our religious books. Now, again, I cannot advocate for him because I don't know him personally. And I can't say he's a good man. I don't even call myself good, but of decent character. That's what I could say based on even text messages and things we're talking about. Him challenging me on some of my things and being very respectful. The problem that I have is sometimes in these conversations is that I understand what you're saying, H and IC, but my prompt literally matches that because dudes on the other side are literally pushing all the women away.
Yeah,
they're pushing everybody
totally. That's why I said 2 sides of the same coin, and also the idea that you don't have to be religious to go into the idea of saying, hey, what a healthy man is. You don't have to be religious to actually follow some of those examples. I'm not a Buddhist, but I like to read about Siddhartha and the idea of what he looks at of empathy. I'll read, secular views and everything. Like I'll read Bell Hooks. She was my mentor when I was in college and everything. She was a Christian / Buddhist. I don't follow that, but still I'm going to listen and learn from that and everything. That's still very important.
Okay, so later on I'm going to ask me, you, and public who are the good man. And if we can't, because I don't believe that we are able to define, I'm talking about in today's time, like how to identify what a good man is, because everybody has their own opinion. And some of us who have even called ourselves good men have been the trash men, and we put on the front, even on these apps, acting like the good men, and then don't be the good man. But we're gonna go ahead and let public answer the question.
So I'll be honest, man, I hate to say it, brother. I don't think you have a point, but I will pick up on one thing that you said that I guess this is somewhat I can talk about and address. You said, I believe in deconstructing manhood. I believe in deconstructing gender. So that would be feminism. I don't think any part of gender is salvageable, right? I don't think the concept is salvageable. It was always made to divide us. It was never made just to, to make things easier. It was never made so that we can have a greater understanding of men and women or anything like that. It was literally created to separate men from women and to create a hierarchical system where women would be at the bottom and children will be at the bottom and men will be at the top and so on and so forth. So gender didn't exist at one point in time, just like race didn't exist at one point in time. So asking, what are we going to replace it with? We can just go back, I guess, back to what it used to be. But I mean, we don't have to go back. We can move forward. We are evolved now. We can have a more evolved definition of humanity, and we can live in our own humanity, and we don't need gender to exist in it, right? So if you understand the concepts of anarchy, people think anarchy just means you destroy everything, right? But really, anarchy is about destroying systems and replacing them if need be. So you analyze a system, you see, or an institution,
I'll see what you say, Alexander.
Define or declare
I'll ask him in a second.
Needs to be torn down, or if it needs to stay up, and then you go, okay, it needs to be torn down. In this case, masculinity, femininity, gender, whatever needs to be torn down. You tear it down, and then if it needs to be replaced, then you replace it. But we don't need to replace it with anything. We just need to be humans. We need to see each other as human beings. Same way we need to get rid of race. Imagine a world where race and gender doesn't exist. You think that's a worse world than the one that we live in now, or a better world?
Oh, so sorry. Comments. The prompt will not be addressed. I've already addressed it. Nobody wanted to come up, but I was asked to also host this live by HNIC. So as far as the prompt, we'll probably tie it in later. But this really has nothing to do with the debate that's going on. But no, I'm not going to change the background because we're going to bring it back later. So don't worry about the prompt right now. This is a public, I don't even want to call it a versus, but it's a public debating HNIC on their differences. HNIC asked for this, so that's what we're addressing. Go ahead, HNIC.
All right. Well, first off, anarchy means without government. That's what that means. In a society, you still have to have order and structure. I don't know in your household if you just let your kids just do whatever. I think you say you had a son and everything. I think you're a good dad, so you provide structure. And the idea of saying, hey, you can do this, can't do this. That provides him the idea of, all right, where the boundaries and everything else are, especially when we play with them. The idea of saying that, all right, no race, no gender. I mean, I'm assuming it sounds like you're saying no gender roles, which I can understand. Like, yeah, we can, and we should advance and alter the way that we look at gender roles because it shouldn't be as rigid as we had in the past. I agree with you on that. If you're looking at gender roles, that's definitely something that we can at least look at and to revamp or revise.
I asked you a direct question. I really want to know the answer to it.
I'm about to get into it.
Okay.
To not have race and to not have gender. I'm a person that believes that I was created by a creator, and we were created in different colors and different genders because it adds to diversity. I think that you don't want to listen to, I don't know, country music, and that's the only type of music that we have out there. The idea that we have different societies and different cultures, different genders, that does help out with the enrichment of our society. Now, to add in discrimination or oppression to that, we want to get rid of that. But the idea is saying that, hey, we're all the same color. I know you don't wear the same clothes.
That's not what race is, and that's not what gender is.
No, listen.
It wouldn't make us all the same color. HNIC. Stop. Please.
Get rid of race.
Please stop. Please stop. You don't know what you're talking about as usual. This is what I'm saying, man. I don't got HNIC. Hold on, brother. I don't have all night. So I cannot do these.
You just said that.
So wait, time out. So wait.
You gotta let me hold on, Shannon.
Yeah, I was gonna let you go ahead.
Please,
So,
let me address this.
race and gender. Go ahead.
Race and gender,
Race.
sir.
A world.
Race and
Can
gender.
you please
Hold on, Shemaine. Hold on.
Christ,
One
Jesus Christ, bro. Race and gender.
Let-
Getting rid of race and gender will not make everybody the same color and make everybody the same sex, or I'm sorry, same gender. That's not what would happen. Your color would, like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? We're going to go blind? Race is a social construct. It is made up. Black people, I would not be shocked if in 50 years or in 100 years, Black Africans in America will be considered white people. I wouldn't be shocked by that. I wouldn't be shocked if in 20 years, Asian people from East Asia will be considered white people. I won't be shocked. I won't be shocked by that. That will not be shocking. Because 100 years ago, HNIC, please stop. 100 years ago, Irish folk were not considered white. 120 years ago, or I'm sorry, 80 years ago, Italians were not considered white. 70 years ago, like whiteness has changed and has expanded. Who is white? If it was a real thing, then white would have been white from the beginning of time, right? It would have just been white people were white people. But every fucking 30 years, because their numbers keep dwindling, they need to add a new group of people. Next, Mexicans will be white people, right? Even though they can be technically, but I'm saying they won't be considered all Latinos, right? No matter what they look like, no matter what their race is, they'll be white. East Asians will be like, that's the direction we're going in this country. I wouldn't be shocked by that. That's what I'm telling you, because race is fucking made up. Now, gender is very similar. Men are not men. What does it mean to be a man? Nothing. When you think about it, I'm not saying you're technically, what they say is you are an adult male, right? We know that. But what does it mean to what does that look like? How do you perform manhood? That shit is different from person to person, from home to home, from town to town, from region to region, from city to city, from era to era, from decade to decade. It's fucking different. It's not a constant. If manhood was real, it would be the same throughout history. It would be the same thing. You'll be able to draw, to pull a string through it. It would be man is man in 1902, man is a man in 1932, man is a man in 2020. Like, it would be the same fucking thing. But that's not what it is. It doesn't mean anything, and men use it and wield it in a way to manipulate and subjugate everybody beneath them. in this caste system that we exist in, right? So everybody that isn't masculine presenting is less than. If you are a woman, you are less than. If you are a man that is not masculine presenting, you are less than. If you don't identify as a man, you are less than. Like, that is how this system is constructed. That is a part of it. And when I asked you, and you still haven't answered the question, would the world be better or worse if we got rid of gender and race? And I want you to think about this. All of the atrocities that are attached to gender and race, right? So think in a world, if those things, if gender and race didn't exist, because slavery happened, and a big reason why slavery was able to be carried out, I'm talking about chattel slavery, the reason why it was able to be carried out was because of the concept of race. They needed race to carry out chattel slavery the way that they did, right? So imagine if race didn't exist. Chattel slavery probably doesn't happen, right? Imagine if genders didn't exist. What do you think the ramifications of that would be? What is the negative impacts of that? That's what I'm asking you. Be specific.
Sir, first off, there's been massacres that happened that's based on class, that's based on tribe and everything.
Jesus Christ, answer the question one time. Don't give me a history lesson. You're not smart enough. Answer the question.
Please be quiet.
Just answer the question.
Please be quiet.
No, answer the question. Answer the question. Or we can end it right now. If you're never going to answer my questions, we can dip. I'm good.
I'm trying to talk.
I can't do it no more. It's boring. You're not funny. It's not interesting. You're not as smart as you think you are. Answer the question.
Okay, so let's do it like this. So okay, since the
First
question,
off, what do you mean by get rid of race and gender? What do you mean by getting rid of? What does that mean?
the idea of it.
No,
I
no,
mean,
get
getting
rid
the,
of it.
that's what he meant. The idea.
Yes, get rid of the construct.
He's really
Get rid of the identification.
That's what he's talking about.
People by their race. Get rid of the caste system that exists, that race has created, that gender has created. What
Okay.
the fuck?
Okay, so once again, do you not see that there's been
Answer my question. Don't ask me a question. Answer my question.
no?
Or okay, cool. I'm gonna leave.
Okay,
I'll leave. You don't have it. You don't know how to have a discussion.
Wait, time out. HNIC. Wait, hold on.
I did all of this labor. I set you right up just so you can answer the question. We can have a conversation. And you want to do this? I don't give a fuck.
So pause it real quick for a quick second. Hold on. HNIC, can you are you able? Hold on, Shemaine. Are you able? Because I don't like, y'all know me. I'm not the type to mute mics. When grown men are talking. I don't want to be that person. But I wanted to ask. But hold on. But HNIC, hold on. Can you answer the question and then go in the history part?
I was trying to, but then he just kept on whining and everything. Here's why. Because there's been many other times in history to where that people have been offed based on tribe, based on nationality, based on how much money they make. Even if you look at what happened in Cambodia, when they offed a lot of people, it wasn't based on race. It wasn't based on gender. If you look at Mao Zedong and what happened over there, it wasn't based on race. They were Chinese. It wasn't based on gender. If you look at thousands of years before that, before race and even gender, there was a lot of things that was happening. Do we want to get rid of nationality? So
Yes.
Okay. So we're getting rid of nationality.
All right. I'm a communist. I thought you knew what communism was.
Because you're a fake communist. Like, no, you're not a communist.
You don't know what communism is.
Okay.
You're asking me. If you knew what it was, then you would already know the answer.
So just like how I have to.
But we're talking about gender here, so I'm just asking you, what is the answer? You still haven't answered the question. Still.
Shannon, you're not.
I heard what you said. It didn't answer it didn't actually address what I asked you.
Question because
I asked you, would society be better or worse if we got rid of gender and race? That was all I asked you.
So HNIC,
Would it be better? How would it be worse? Whatever your answer is, you can tell me how.
So HNIC, this is what I heard. I didn't. But hold on, tell me. Because you had asked me what did I hear. I heard this. Even with those things gone, death would still happen. That is what I heard from you. But you did not answer. You did not answer public's question. Would it be a positive or a negative? What you were saying, what I heard was, hey, crime, death, and all these things will still happen no matter if race.
We get race and gender, it's not going to be positive. It's not going to be positive.
Okay,
Why
so
not?
that's your answer.
Yeah, and why? No, now why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we all have our identities. We all have our identities, and that makes the richness of our society. That's the
Race
what makes us. Oh no, hey, I'm talking. That makes our individuality.
Oh my God, this motherfucker is boring.
See, this right here. See,
You're boring. You keep saying the same stupid thing. Race doesn't get rid of your identity. What the hell are you talking about?
It adds to the richness of your identity. It's like
How?
if you shut up, you can.
How?
If you shut up, you can actually hear it. So the thing is this: there's a poem by what was it called? One of the Black Panthers, right? He says, "If you define me by my finger, you deny my hand. If you define me by my hand, you deny my arm." So on and so forth. We have an enriched identity. I am not just a Black man. I'm also a father. I'm also a Texan, so on and so forth. That adds to the richness of who I am. If you're trying to get rid of individuality as what communism does, you're saying to everybody, you know what? It doesn't matter your name, anything else, what you do. It's just you're a blood, and then of course the state tells you what to do. The idea, as I said, we can still have gender, we can still have race and everything else. It's just we take away the systems of oppression about that. We do not add that and say, hey, this guy is a man, so therefore this person is negative. No, that just adds to what his identity is. It doesn't say it's a positive or negative.
When has race or gender not led to oppression?
Sir,
You said get rid of the systems of oppression. Cool. So when has race and gender not led to oppression, HNIC?
perfect example. If you look at Andalus in Spain, when they had it to where from about 711 to 1492, where it's where you could be Black or Aswad, you can be Abiyad, you can be a Yehudi or a Jew.
Race didn't exist in 711.
Yes, it did, sir.
No, it didn't.
No, I'm saying in Spanish, Andalus.
Race didn't exist in 711. You're already wrong. Stop.
Maybe
Try again. It didn't
That's
exist.
because you don't speak Arabic and you don't do history.
It didn't exist in 711.
Yes.
Not the way. No, not the way that we know it. I'm sure if you go back, there are some loose concepts of something like race. The way that we define it, it did not exist in 711. Like, please stop.
So if you look at the idea of in the Middle East, especially in Arabia, they actually were very much into the idea of race, especially if you look at one of the first people that did what's called the muezzin or the call to prayer. He was an Ethiopian. And Ethiopians, they actually said them and other Blacks, they called them Aswad or they called them Sudanese. There was a caste system saying that, hey, there's Blacks here, there's Abiyads or white people in this level as well. They are very much into the idea of race, and it actually the slave trade that happened from the trans-Saharan slave trade predates the 1492 slave trade or the Colombian slave trade and everything. You got to do your history public.
I did, and I know you're wrong about race existing in 711. But so what I'm asking you
in the Quran, it talks about the idea. Please listen. The idea saying, hey, there should not be ansariya, which is the word in Arabic means racism, because there are different races, and even there's a quote saying that, hey, we put you on this earth of different races, different tribes, and different skin colors because it enriches the livelihood and enriches the diversity of society. You need to do a lot of research and look.
I have. I'm not, sir. You're not about to sit here and try to gaslight me.
No,
racism didn't exist. It don't exist in the fucking Quran. Stop lying. I don't give a fuck. So what I'm asking you, and you still haven't answered the question. No, sir.
So how do you?
No. Sir. Hold on.
How do you know that it doesn't exist?
Oh my God. Because I know it didn't exist back when the Quran was written.
How do you know it doesn't exist?
Because it didn't exist back when the Quran was written.
See that?
Because it didn't exist before the Quran was written. Super easy.
Wait, time out. So if we're getting to the point, so HNIC, like let's bring it all the way back. You said that race is not a net negative, right? That was your answer.
Exactly.
Public is saying that it is negative and it should be done away with. Is there any middle ground?
Racism is a net negative. Race is not a net negative.
But what he's saying, you can't. What he's saying, what I think you're saying, Public. Feel free to interrupt me if I. I don't think. I think what Public is saying, you can't get rid of the system, or you can't get rid of race and get rid of the system. You have to get rid of them both. Like they're simultaneously working with each other. If you try to take away one, you're still going to have the other, and the other is still. That's what I think Public is saying. You cannot get rid of it. You got to get rid of both of them. Okay.
Race is a system, Shannon.
Okay.
Race is a system of oppression. Gender is a system of oppression. Capitalism, a system of oppression. Like, these are all systems of oppression. Right? All of these systems, all of these ideas have led to oppression. Every single one. Extreme amounts of it, by the way. Not little amounts of it. Copious amounts of oppression. In every region across, spanning across every continent, right? For hundreds of years. Every single one. The largest form of oppression, right? The largest system, the most pervasive system in the history of mankind is the patriarchy, right? The system that is men are at the top and everybody else falls beneath, right? That is the number one system. That's why that system is the hardest one to get rid of. But that's also why that's the one I attack the most, because it's the one that's holding all of these other systems together, right? Without the patriarchy, capitalism can't exist. Without the patriarchy, racism can't exist, right? It's the one-stop shop for everything. So if you get rid of that system, then we can actually be free. Like black people can actually be free, men can be free, women can be free. This idea that if you get rid of race, that you will lose some part of your identity is preposterous. Because what race does is it actually stops people from seeing you for who you actually are as a person. That's what it does. It puts up blinders for people, for them not to see who you are, for them not to see your humanity, because all they see is your fucking race. So if you get rid of race, same with gender, if men stop looking at women as objects and men stop looking at children as trophies, then we would treat men and women, men would treat women better, right? Men would treat children better. Black people would be treated better by these oppressive systems, right? By white people, by the ruling class. If we got rid of money, for an example, then there's no more class. So when he says like, oh, other people were unalive because of their class, exactly. That's why I am a communist. Get rid of class as well. Get rid of gender. You have to get rid of all of these things. If one of these systems exists, then all of them will exist at some point in time. You may reset the clock, but it'll come back.
What did you say? What did you say?
Communism?
So okay. So
not in theory. It's never happened. We don't know what communism will look like. It's never happened. You don't know what it's gonna look like.
The difference between me and you. I tell it like it is, you tell it like how it might be. In theory, everything is candy and nuts. Even when they talk about in James Madison, he says that if men were angels, then we wouldn't but men are not angels. If communism was great, then it would have been perfected and already been done. And then also, if you said that race didn't exist in 7-Eleven, so are you saying before the year 7-Eleven or whatever year you think race was created, there was no oppression?
What? What did you say?
If you said that when race was a new invention, are you saying before that was there no oppression in the world?
I swear to God, I might as well talk to my fucking dog.
It's quite basic.
I didn't say that.
You're saying that if you get rid of race, then that will make it square that there would be no oppression. Even if you say
I didn't say that. That's not what I said. Are you fucking not listening, or are you just this dumb for real? Like, I'm dead serious at this point.
You want to keep on pushing the goalpost. The thing is,
I'm not pushing the goalpost. I literally just hold on, wait. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. H&IC. I literally just did this whole thing where I explained. This is frustrating. I sat here and explained this to you meticulously. Like, I went through it meticulously. I broke it down. I said, that's why you. Hold on.
Wait, hold on. Because it's some over talking going on. Finish your point that HIC rebuttal.
All he's doing is talking. He don't got nothing to say, man. This is a waste of time. This is what I be saying. I've already had this discussion.
Hold on. Wait, well, to be fair,
I've had this discussion with this man several times, and he never has anything new to bring to the situation, right? There's no new wrinkles. It's the same stupid stuff. I've offered solutions. You have no solutions. Your solution is, what?
What's my solution?
We should keep things exactly the same. Your solution is the status quo.
Have you asked?
Well, okay.
You don't have one.
Actually, I do.
You won't answer any of my questions directly. Why would I think you would answer that
You want
one?
me to go into you want me to go into the solutions, or do you want me to answer? Because you just said you don't do absolutes. You said I never. Never's an absolute. So I catch you right there. And you're the same person who says that you haven't read the Quran, but yet racism isn't in the Quran. You're full of contradictions, brother. If you want to look at solutions where we can actually collab on, as I said already, the idea that, yes, I agree with the idea of men and women as well of practicing emotional intelligence, which you have not shown on your lives, nor on this live as well, the idea of emotional intelligence, which I told you there is a book about it that I really believe that you should.
You read it and you still don't understand it.
But I see.
You read the Quran and you still dumb and don't understand it. You read all of these books and you're still undereducated. So what is the use in reading all of this stuff just for you to get up here and be this undereducated? Like, I'm not understanding. No, I'm dead serious. So wait, HNIC, how can you read? Look. I don't, sir.
When he's interrupting me, that's not fair.
I don't even have my power. I have not been touching the screen. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I won't let it happen again. But I need the conversation. Like, public has. We're gonna bring this full circle. I get you for checking me, and I appreciate it. I got you. Here's the problem. The initial thing was right because we didn't went to history lessons, which I'm gonna look up everything you said after the live. I'm gonna look into what public said. Really, I don't have to because I know what public talking about. But I'm gonna look into what you said, right? You brought some information I never heard before, especially about the Quran. Now, but going back, your original beef with public offender was that
I look better than him. I got more money than him.
That is not the beef.
Communism.
That is not the.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
That's not the beef.
You can't articulate
that is not the beef. No, the message that you sent me, HNIC, it was.
Tell you what my problem is. If I have a problem with somebody, I'll literally.
But trying to bring back the problem that you said, HNIC with public is that he doesn't do anything beneficial for our people.
Right? As you can see, ad hominem attack. As you can see,
you're talking about his live streams and his content, and for us
Mr.
as black.
Shannon, can I say something?
No, 1 second, because I haven't finished yet. HNIC, you said that he doesn't do anything beneficial for our people, right? Black people. The man already don't look at race the same, right? That doesn't exist. What you say? What?
He just said he was black though.
But he doesn't view race the same.
Hold on, Shannon. And let me get into the idea of solutions, which I told you.
Go ahead.
Really believe the idea of home economics. Since it's not in the homes, it's not. People aren't going to different groups like the mosque, or not going to church or anything like that.
Hey, why you ain't with your baby mama no more?
We need to make it to where that we put in.
What happened? I think that's interesting. What happened to you and your baby mama? Since you know all of this, what happened? You got all of this emotional intelligence. What happened? How did you separate yourselves from your kids? How did you end up not in the home with your children?
Why is he putting in stuff that's a lie, bro? Like,
that's a lie? What happened?
You
said you got your kids half the time.
You're not listening. I said when we first had our first talk, I said that I homeschool and I am with them in the home. I do the parenting 50% of the time. You're saying,
oh, okay, I got you.
Yes.
I'm glad y'all together. You want something interesting to happen at this point. I'm about to go to bed.
But why would you say, why ain't you with your baby mom?
I thought you weren't with her.
It's been 20 years this May. 20 years.
I'm happy. Good or wrong. Maybe we need to talk to her.
Yes, you know.
I'm better with the wives than I am with the husbands. What's your wife on?
Anyway, see the games that people play right here. Anyway, as I was saying, the idea of home economics, Shannon. I think that's one of the things that can get rid of a lot of issues that we have when it comes to financial literacy, when it comes to the idea of understanding ourselves when it comes to relationships, emotional intelligence, how to cook, how to clean. That's something that both boys and girls need to learn as a young child, and that's why I teach my kids as well. I think that's something that if we had it to where that it's in 8th grade and also in high school, to where our kids can go about and learn and understand it, and they won't have to deal with people like public and other demons that are online and everything, to make sure that they have a better future. And then you can also look at it to where that it'll actually work its way up to to where that the parents and the mothers, the brothers and sisters, everything else, what they're learning from those kids, it can actually go its way up. That's why I'm working with my representative and also other people as well, and also when it comes to the school boards. This is where we get to the idea that we both agree, where the idea of emotional intelligence, and then this is to where that we can fight against a lot of those people with a red pill and everything else. If not, then we'll get more clowns like Public, and we'll get more clowns that are red pill and everything else to where they'll do what they do. That's one of my major solutions that I think that we should actually come together with, whether it be with Saul, whether it be with other brothers as well, that we may disagree in different aspects, but if we had it to where that's within our schools, then at least that can help out with our kids.
Well, sometimes, you know, you mentioned Saul, and the brother not here to defend himself, but I mentioned him, so I'll respect his name decently as of right now, because we have had conversations. You've already had that example, and I've tried. Right. The only person I haven't spoke to, which he's actually in the chat, which is Cartel right now, but we're supposed to be scheduling something soon, and whenever he wants to talk, we can. I haven't seen a lot of crazy stuff coming. I haven't been over there. I don't know. But what I'm saying about, I've tried this bridge. I did it with multiple men. They don't give a damn. So at what point what do I do about men who don't give a damn when they keep getting the audience, right? I don't mean to name drop, because Guru's not here to defend himself, and I made a promise, and I try to keep my words. Omega's not here. I made a promise. Cartel ain't up here. I made a promise. Saw not up here. I made a promise. Put those men to the side. Put them to the side. At least they had a conversation. It is too many niggas. I'm sorry. Too many men that are asking what you're basically doing, asking to try to have some solutions and have some decorum and go about things right. But at the same time, on their own lives, they're not doing what the fuck they're asking a lot of us to do. They're getting mad at generalizations, right? I'm leaving them out. But it's a lot of men getting mad at generalizations at the same time doing the exact same thing in which they're complaining about. And then they're not being labeled panders, simps, stupid shit. They're getting labeled real niggas and real men and truth and freaking this is righteousness. This is the truth. This on this side we stand for what's real. And it's like, no, you're not, because you're not being nuanced. You can't ask a young man who has tried to go to the, I guess what, lion's den, who has had the conversations with those trash men, to say, hey, you got to do better as well. You shouldn't be saying the things you're saying, but then not doing what you're asking. It can't be okay to generalize your own group of women, but then get mad when the smoke come back to us. Or say a whole bunch of stuff online.
What I really think is that if you build it, they will come. And say here that, you went through action, not through argument. You build it, already. At least, hey, that's what I'm doing. Build it up, and then when it gains steam, if they still want to roll through, all right, cool. But at least say, hey, you know what? Here's the North Star. Here's the end goal. This is what I'm building. You can roll through. If not, I'm still going to do what I need to do to where we put things into action. Because if not, one of the most dangerous people out there is a young, unemployed, angry young man. And so this is what we don't want in our near future, or even far future. So if we build, we go from there. And then, hey, if they want to come in, go ahead. But win through action.
Yeah, I tell them dudes that be abandoning them YNs, I tell them to go show up for their babies. But if they don't want to show up for their babies, I ain't got nothing for them. Personally, though, the shit ain't rocket science. You can't tone police me. It never worked. I don't care how many words you try to use, how many backdoor channels you try to go through to tone police me, to knock me off my square because it makes you uncomfortable, or it exposes you for your lack of understanding, or it makes you feel some type of way. I really don't care. These same dudes that's up here mad at me was the same dudes that be praising Kevin Samuels, who was calling women all types of wild shit. I know they can take it. No Diddy. I know the men can take it. I know that the same men that you saying that, oh, you can't win them over by talking like this. They're the same men that call Kevin Samuels their godfather and their granddaddy and their daddy. They the very same men. So I know they can take it. It ain't about the delivery, brother. This is what I know about me. This is what I know about men, and the men specifically that we're talking about. Men in general, but the men specifically that we're talking about. You can never, ever, ever appeal to them with the truth. They are uninterested in it. They don't care, like you don't care about the truth, right? It's like talking to a brick wall. I know that. I still engage in the conversations, but I do it for the men who aren't like you. Like I said, I do it for the men that's in the gray area, right? Because when they listen to somebody like HNIC talk, they can quickly come to the conclusion, this brother don't know what the fuck he talking about. So if I ever thought like him, I probably should stop. It becomes evident really fast. That's why I like talking to men like you. I do it every day. I'm making my life's work at this point. I want to talk to as many men like you as possible. Do I think, though, for 1 second, that I would ever, ever, ever break through the HNIC? I know I won't. Like I said, you are the KKK of the black community to me. You might as well put on the hood. Black men who think like you are like right below a racist white man. Like y'all think exactly the same. You believe in gender roles. That is a social construct that is harmful and most harmful to black people, black children, black women, and black men. If you believe in capitalism, the system that got us into slavery, you know better than a white man to me. You think that you don't understand that we need to get rid of race. You think race is a healthy thing and we need to keep it. You're a white man, as far as I'm concerned. You might as well go on and put on a police uniform. You might as well go put on a fucking sheriff badge. You might as well, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm not here in hopes to convince HNIC. Oh man, you could do better, brother. You don't do no community work, nigga. You a teacher. You get paid to teach. That's your job. You're not doing that shit out the kindness of your heart. You get a paycheck. That's what you do, and that's fine. I ain't even knocking you for it. That's not me knocking you. I'm saying that's a different thing than acting like you actually are a community organizer. You're not. Nobody would follow you. You don't have nothing to organize behind. I asked you for a solution, and you said home ec. My guy, you gotta be for real. At some point, we gotta call a spade a spade. I asked you for a solution, and you said home ec. Home ec, my nigga. Learning how to bake cookies and tie aprons.
You didn't listen.
You want to put the women back in the kitchen. What are you talking about? I'm not like you. I heard you. I did. You said home ec. I asked you for a solution. You said home ec. At that point, I was done, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Okay.
We're not on the same wavelength, brother.
Empathy gets into it that you're supposed to listen. First off, you assume that I teach in a class right now, which you don't know what I do for a living.
Then why did you mention your junior high school students?
Because
what do you do?
I have been a teacher for 15 years.
Okay, then don't bring it up then. If you don't do it, I don't want to hear what you used to do in your past life. I don't want to hear what you used to do. You said you sound like my junior high school students. That implies today. I'm not stupid. I hear very well and I understand English. You tried to so you up here playing. You acting like you still teach.
Hold on, public. I know you have to go. No, hold on, HNIC. One second. Because I don't.
Look at that. You just got caught in a lie.
One second though. Because I don't. I'm not. Like I said, I'm not the type to mute. I'm not the type of man to mute mics. I don't want to do that. Public. I understand you have to go in a few minutes. If you want to stay, you can. I understand you got to go though. HNI. I do want to see what HNI wants to respond to, and at that point, if you want to drop, go ahead. Enjoy your night. But I do understand that you have to go. It's getting around that time. I understand. But go ahead, HNIC. Explain what you go ahead. Go ahead.
They got more money than me, which they don't know. But yet they say that they're anti-capitalist. And you said if you're a capitalist, you might as well be.
I'm not a capitalist. Just because I got more money than you don't mean I'm a capitalist. I just got more money than you.
Shannon, so I
just got more money than you. We still live in a capitalist society. I'm not a capitalist though. Doesn't make me a capitalist.
Tremaine, I thought we were supposed to
stop looking for a way out, nigga. Get cooked like everybody else does.
Once again,
be a man. Get fried like a real man.
If you listen and what he does, as I said, this is stuff that middle school students do.
That's not what you said.
Please listen.
I did. I'm listening very well. Don't try to change it up now.
You get what
you liar.
And understanding the idea of
you liar. Does that book talk about being a liar?
You know, my 11-year-old would do stuff like this, and all his students would do stuff like that. While someone was trying to talk.
Yeah.
At how many?
Now you're trying to move it around because you got caught being a liar.
That's very immature. So anyway,
lying is immature. You know what's the most immature thing you could do is lie.
If you were listening, when I said about home economics, what I do is actually I go to different businesses and help them create schools and also help them create courses. So if you
so you don't do shit for the community.
So
I thought you was an organizer the way you were talking Louis Farrakhan X.
Once again, what I was saying, the idea of home economics, if you were listening, it's not just about an apron and cooking and cleaning. If you were listening to what I was saying, which once again, that's a part of empathy, you would hear what I said is that also learn about relationships, also learn about self-awareness, the idea of emotional intelligence, which those 5 elements that you said that it's doesn't have a definition, and I had to prove you wrong on that, which I tried to prove you wrong on a lot of things this evening.
You build schools or you build curriculum?
Hold on, sir. I build both, sir.
Hold on, let me look this up. What business builds schools and curriculum? Hold on, let's see. You ever heard of that? Y'all ever heard of somebody that builds schools and build curriculum?
See, the thing is
this nigga's a fucking liar. Why are you lying so much? Stop lying, bro. You look like a weirdo. Stop lying. That shit is strange. Y'all always do this. You came up here, you was mad. You went out of your way to DM this man about me. And here you are getting exposed as a liar like they all do. Y'all always get exposed as liars. Every time. It never fails.
I'll wait.
Yeah, you should wait. I'm happy you gonna wait. Sir, you are a liar. You got caught in several lies already. Now you're not gonna wait because I'm about to fry you. Okay. So you want to whisper?
The thing is this. If you would understand and actually listen, as an instructional designer, if you want to know what I actually do, I can create curriculum, also create courses. There's certain people
you don't build schools. So you don't build schools. I do schools and curriculum, but I do both. Physically build schools in the curriculum, or do you create the curriculum? Which one is it?
Is that we want people to be
manhood?
Is this what you want?
I don't give a fuck. I want people to be.
The idea that
First, I want people to be honest. I don't care how. Hold on, wait. HNIC. I don't care how you talk. I don't care monotone you speak, how control you are. I don't want you show emotions. I would rather you be honest. What you do is be honest. Don't
what you talk over, you meet people, and then you become very sure, brother. Like you
this way the whole time.
It's toxic masculinity.
Masculinity is toxic. All masculinity is toxic.
You are exhibiting.
All masculinity is toxic. There's no such thing
as like this.
It's all toxic.
It's very childish, and you're showing the toxicity. You lying. You're going to
nah. That's projecting. You were saying about me lying until I said you was a liar. Now I'm a liar. Please.
So this is the type. This is the masculinity that.
Put the wife on the phone, bro. How can your wife stand you?
Hold on. We're not gonna take it to the realms of wild. We're not gonna take it to the
actually the lying and the gaslighting is ridiculous. The projection ridiculous.
Consistently, and then project different things and then lie.
I ain't projecting shit.
So anyway, as I was saying, the idea of home economics, since you were not listening.
Shut up, CK. You get your weird ass up here too and get fried.
Intelligence, which we see that companies
come up and get fried too, short man.
What we actually need to do is actually send him.
I got time today.
Where that he can actually buy the book of emotional intelligence so he can understand what it means. Because he's showing his ass right now. I don't have to. A person that's committed suicide. I don't have to homicide him because he's doing it himself. He's showing that he's being an asshole and how he could be an asshole. That's the stuff that we don't need.
I am an asshole, though. See what I'm saying? I'm not masking. I'm not like y'all. I'm not masking. This is who I am. I'm genuinely this person.
What that does.
Everybody knows this is not. I'm not, sir. HNIC. I'm not different in different lives. I'm the same person all the time.
As I was saying, I go to churches to help them build a school curriculum and everything. I help other businesses when it comes to training. And actually, I still mentor my kids that I used to have in middle school and high school. I still mentor, whether it be in the UAE or here. That's what I do, amongst many things. But see, that through this whole debate, you have someone that's interrupting, just like Trump. I mean, it's quite interesting you're anti-Trump, but you are dead on Trump.
Yep. So, I'm just like Trump. You got it.
Very, very toxic and everything.
Yep. You got it.
What I'm saying is this.
But you lie like Trump.
He'll do stuff like this. And then and this is
I might interrupt like Trump, but you lie like him.
narcissist type of
How?
society that
How?
people do.
How?
When
Look at God. Look at Allah, Buddha. Look at all the gods. Allah, Buddha, Jehovah, all of them. Damn, God is good all the time.
All right. Well, it seemed like there won't be any common ground. I think you can go, brother. You can go. You can go ahead. You can go ahead. You can let yourself go, man. You can.
All right, man. I love y'all, man. Holla.
All right. Have a good night. All right, Shemaine. Because I'm waiting on him to come back. I'll bring up some more men in a second. All right. Did you? Listen. I'm not the type. I don't want to mute. There was some unfairness that was done to HNIC. I think he did get muted twice. Or
yeah, but it wasn't by me though.
Yeah, I know. Public's a model here. I get it.
That wasn't me.
And I get it. That's fine. Nobody tripping on that. That it is what it is. So I'm gonna invite him back up, and I'm gonna let him get it out. But there was some men in my comments, basically men in my guest box basically want to come up, and I'm gonna let you up. Again, so there's no common ground there. There's not going to be any common ground. I tried to I thought it was actually going to be a guess they was trying to figure something out, but no, I didn't Chad was I didn't mute him. My hands have been right here the whole time, and I don't do that. I want to let men be men, right? That so even Shemaine, when she muted him, I said don't do that. So
I didn't mute him. I didn't touch I didn't touch it once.
You muted him once, Shemaine.
No, I didn't.
In the very beginning, yes, you did.
No, I swear for God I did.
No. I'm sorry. You interrupted, and I was like, hold on, Shemaine.
That's because I was trying to stop him in public from talking.
Yeah, I got
and trying to get their stuff out there.
I got you.
Yeah, I didn't mute it.
That's a lie.
Nothing.
I take the L.
I wanted to, but yeah, I didn't touch it.
I take the L.
Yeah, I wanted to, but I didn't touch it.
That's my L. That's my L. I apologize to my mod. I interrupt. Right. So cool. So HNIC, what did you want to say? And I'm gonna let these other brothers come up here. So again, if you're going to address public offender, right? And he's not here, you see the nigga gone. So you coming over here talking shit about a man that ain't here no more. That ain't gonna fly over here because men shouldn't operate that way. So now if you say something and he come up, cool. But if you want to address like anything else or some things that were said, but calling him out his name, so I ain't gonna tolerate that because men shouldn't. I ain't gonna say men don't, but men shouldn't operate like that. So I'm gonna let a few of y'all. I'm gonna let y'all dudes up and stuff, and we gonna see any disagreement. You can mention what happened in the live, but no ad hominem attacks and no. But go ahead, HNIC.
First off, getting rid of race or gender, that's not going to help. What we do is make it to where we define when it comes to masculinity and the different aspects of what is masculinity, and we build from there, especially from a healthy aspect for people who aren't listening and what I've been saying. And then that can be from a family standpoint or from a community standpoint. Also, as I said, of implementing home economics, which is not just putting on an apron, but is looking at the idea of emotional intelligence and also financial literacy, and also looking at what it means to actually have a healthy family. These are aspects that we can actually put into our children, and then it can build up from there. But going about and speaking over people and calling people niggas and liars and everything else when they don't even know anything about the other person, that's regressive. And stuff like that, and regressive people, that's what I have a disdain for, because we need to have solutions. But you're going out and attacking people. That's stuff that children do. and he showed his ass as being a child. And that's something that really irks me, because that makes my job of trying to mentor young men and create different media to where that we can have healthier men. That makes it worse. That's what I've been saying. Touchdown.
Okay,
I gotta continue.
hold on a second, sir. Wait a minute, because Shannon, let's explain something here. There was two wrongs in this debate, and I'm gonna say that there was two wrongs. For him to only say Public's wrongs, but not his own, it's funny to me, because he was cutting Public off too. He was sitting there calling Public an asshole too. He was sitting there doing shit too. So I'm wondering how the hell you're gonna sit here and try to make it seem like that one person was wrong, but you the victim. What kind of shit is that? And listen, I don't need you to cut me off, because I have not said not one word to you. And I could have, but I didn't. I've been nice. And Shannon know me. I've been nice. But the fact that you're sitting here calling one wrong and not saying your own, that's crazy. Like, if you're gonna sit here and try to talk about Public's wrong, let's hold the same accountability on your end as well. Because you're not gonna sit here and try to make it look like Public was wrong and you're the fucking victim. No. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna keep if we're gonna keep this $100 and we're gonna put it on both sides, then let's put it on both sides and keep it equal. You were wrong too.
Can I ask the host the question?
You asked. Yeah, you want to ask? Wait, hold on. I don't know who I brought up here first, but somebody asked. Can they ask the host the question? What's going on?
Yeah. So does HNIC have the power of a mod as well?
No, he never did on this page. Pub always had moderator access on this page, and I forgot.
Okay, so if he has more power, I mean, they're not on the equal playing field. I feel like
You're bringing up one time. It's literally equal playing ground, because I was being the mediator, right? So we're talking about one time in one sequence where he got muted. I forgot that he had mod power.
Something about him saying something, and I guess I wasn't here for that part. HNIC saying something. I guess I missed that.
Yeah. He was addressed. He was muted twice, and I even said, "Hey man, I don't try to do that on my lives." I forgot Public had mod power. He's always had mod power on both my pages.
Okay.
So we could have did this on. So HNIC is actually cool with me, whether you believe it or not, right? And I was the best option for them to have a discussion. Now, if we would have went to Public Live, I don't know how it could have went. It could have got more spicy, but I was a mediator between both, trying to keep a balanced dialogue, right? So it's not about power. I was trying to have a civil discussion. Now, the muting, that's dead in the water. It's dead in the water. But now, any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question for HNIC. You said home economics, like talking about financial literacy and like learning how to like actually like keep a home stable. I've been trying to figure out like how do we repair the Black community like from the systemic oppression that's like been messing with the Black men in the community. I mean, and that seems like a good way to do it. Like, I mean, I'm just curious what you think as far as like how we can help Black men get to where we're supposed to be, or back to a point of power. You know what I mean? And I never thought about it, but like that's a I don't know. It seems like what you're doing is a good way to do it. I mean, how's that going for you so far? Is my question. Like, are you making like leaps and strides in that direction of progress?
Yes, sir. Thank you. What I'm actually due for in my March to talk to the school board locally, and also talk to David Cook. He's the representative in Texas that's around the corner from me, and saying that when it comes to home economics, first we need to define different aspects of what it means to be a man. It's not just going to be one pathway. I know some people say there's more than just one way. Yes, of course, but make it to where that we have those healthy pathways and even rites of passage to where that we can have a healthier aspect of what it is to be a man. And then when it comes to home economics, it's to where that we're looking at personal finance, we're looking at mental health, stress management, we're looking at relationship health, family planning, and that right there, I truly believe that gets, especially in the era of AI, people don't understand that arts and the idea of understanding of the human capital is going to be very important in understanding ourselves. So that in itself is going to be something that's going to carry us into the 21st century, to where we can understand and know who we are, know our North Star, and then go from there. As I said, I'm in the process of actually going about and going to reps, and then also going to school boards to where that they can read invent that and put that into the schools, at least locally in my area and also in Texas. And that's my personal GI.
Ooh, Texas.
Cool.
So how would you?
Hold on, boss. Because I mean, it's not gonna be no back and forth between two people just talking. Next, Pharaoh. Got any problems with how that was conducted, or any disagreements, or even the prompt? If you can see the prompt.
So I just want to kind of respond to what HNIC said about communism and how that it never worked.
Okay.
Do you believe that? So do you believe that capitalism is working right now?
Are we doing better off than our great grandparents when it comes to nutrition and availability of food? Then yes. Is it perfect? No. But it's a whole lot better than communism, as we've seen what's happened in modern society, or capitalism or communism failed in early China, it failed in the USSR, it failed in Cambodia, so on and so forth. So I think that communism, it's more of a vulture as we look at the Gini coefficient, but it should be more of an eagle, and this is where we have to rein it back in.
Well, but to say that, you can look at the wealth disparity between the Black community and the white community is widened underneath late stage capitalism, right? So in saying that, I would say we're doing far worse because the wealth gap has widened underneath late stage capitalism, in my opinion.
And that's what personally I am for reparations, if you not for slavery, but for GI Bill, also redlining, and also Jim Crow. But that's another issue. That's probably another live. But there's ways of going about making sure that it can be as a win-win situation, even having like a Black Marshall Plan, which I'm a proponent of as well. But that can be fixed to where that it can be a win-win situation and move on from there.
But this is like just independent of the Black community as well, right? You can see that the top 1% is concentrating power inside of our government as we speak. So in saying that, we need to build our social.
Wait, time out. I just had a brain fart. Maybe that is another. Did you say not for slavery, but for Jim Crow? Because I was looking straight in my YouTube chat, but then I heard you said not for slavery, but for Jim Crow.
Yeah, the reason being, I like to win. I'm a pragmatist. It's easier for us to go about in getting reparations for redlining, for Jim Crow, and also for GI Bill, because we have a lot more archives, we have a lot more evidence of it, and it's basically going to do the same thing.
It's
just easier to do it.
I get that it's easier, but the wording in which you said, I don't care if it's easy. I understand what you're saying. Now that you contextualize it, right? I get why you may have said that, but not for slavery, bro. You said literally not for slavery, though. Like, so it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
We should get for slavery, but the thing is that it's a lot more difficult. As I said, I'm a pragmatist.
Yeah, I get that it's difficult, but you said it's only about the wording in which you use, right? You said not for slavery. That's the only thing I'm keen on, right? You can clear it up if you want to, but what I heard, what you said, not for slavery, but for Jim Crow. No, for slavery and Jim Crow, but let's focus on maybe the Jim Crow stuff first. That probably could have been better, but to say not for slavery, that's I don't know about. I just didn't agree with that. I just
potato potato. I mean, potato potato. But as I said, if we want, I'm for reparations, and the way to go about it is those three ways. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
If I say, it just sounds like he's saying he's pushing for those three ways and not the other way because it's easier to get it done through these three ways. I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah, but to not, but he didn't say that at first. What he said, he said not for slavery, but for. When you say not for something, hey, I don't care about this. I'm not for this way. Oh, I'm not for reparations for slavery. However, I'm for this. So when you use wordings matter. So now that it's clear, yeah, cool. But you got to understand what came out your mouth. I mean, what came out his mouth was not for slavery, brother. I mean, how would you expect me to take that when you say you're not for slavery? Not
the
for
way you did, because
slavery.
you asked me a question for clarification, and that's good. Because some people, like in the audience or everything, they just assume. But you asked me a question, so I at least appreciate you asking me a question for clarification, and that's how grown people. That's what we do. At least asking the question, and I appreciate that.
Okay. Oh, now cocaine. I mean, I said cocaine. Wait. Steve BK. Hey, they finna take us off the live in a second. Bro. I done said the wrong name of this nigga, man. But y'all gotta change y'all goddamn usernames, man. God, dog, bro. We finna get kicked off, man. But go ahead, C8.
I don't even think you can say that.
Hey, bro. Hey, listen, whatever happens, happens, brother. Whatever happens, go ahead.
No, I mean, the only issue that I had with the way I guess it was conducted, it's not like going to be on you. I just think that like it didn't get anywhere. I mean, obviously, I think you had one person up here that was like up here to kind of troll, and the other person was like not really articulating themselves well. So I just think it didn't really go anywhere. It was a big waste of time. As for the prompt and everything like that, I guess I was gonna kind of wait for everybody else before like I just
wait. Can y'all even see the prompt?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, we can see it now. Yeah.
Oh well, this is. I don't know if y'all know who I am or even search my name up or the beef that I've gotten into sometimes. Or so they call me. You know, basically, you're a certain type of man on TikTok, right? You're either a panderer or you red pill. There's no in between. You can't pick a side. So they put me in this box, and I understand it, but it's like, okay, you don't give me a valid reason how I'm simping or how these men are simping or pandering. And again, I'm going against older men, right? These are older men. You can't, I'm 28, right? I'm married. I don't have any kids out of wedlock. The example of manhood that they talking about is the same manhood that they couldn't even reach. Everything that they say is what I am, right? I meet the criteria. I live what I'm talking about. I don't have a huge body count. I'm a one man, one woman type person. If I have children, it's going to be under the covenant of God, which they always trying to push. However, these are the things men say when you are flipping the script. So I'll give you an example. Now, I told Omega I wouldn't repeat this, but for the sake of conversation, let's give context. There was a whole bunch of black women are hyenas and nonsense being said on TikTok at one point, right? And a whole bunch of bad rhetoric. You even had a guy in the gold mask. So I got online one day and I said, okay, cool. We saying stupid stuff. I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that content. I didn't search for it. My content was gaming. You know what I'm saying? Even Saw had trolled me saying this nigga like he played video games. Cool. All right. So then what happened was I got this negative rhetoric. Then I started coming across people like Anton. And then Angry Man, I'm talking about it was like out of nowhere. I did not search for this stuff. I promise you I didn't, because I was gaming, bro. So I went viral. And this is people that made stitches of this, right? I said, all right, cool. We saying a whole bunch of stupid stuff about black women. Okay, well, cool. Black men couldn't protect their own women during slavery. I went to sleep. I woke up, went viral. Should I have said that? No. No, I shouldn't. Did I say that out of anger? Yeah, I did. Yeah. I took accountability with Omega and some men, you know, when they were mad at me. And I said I would go about things in a different way and not say nothing like that. Even Omega took accountability to say he wouldn't call black women hyenas no more. That's just men being humble with each other, right? And being real. I even tried building a bridge. Everything that they said, I tried to do. Oh, they got me. They got me. It took us out the game, bro. It took us out the game, bro. It took us out the game. It's all good, bro. It's all good. Yeah. Yep, they got me, bro. I mean, I could try to appeal, but I don't think I'm gonna win, bro.
Everyone was asleep.
What did it say? A week? Dang, that's crazy. Wait, on the 14th? What's today? I got suspended for a week. That's crazy. hate speech and hateful behaviors. That's crazy work. How did I get banned? How did I get banned, bro? What y'all mad at? Dang. That's wild talk, bro. That's wild talk. But anyway, it was this conversation, right? No, it wasn't HNIC, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was They got me, bro. They got me, bro. They got me, bro. They got me. They got me out the game. But anyway, man, did y'all enjoy that? Did y'all enjoy that? I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. That was a fun live. That was a fun live. I mean, not Omega. Public was in here. I don't. Again, hey, Public coming with that energy. He's saying he ain't coming to try to appeal to no man's emotions. You know me, I ain't trying to appeal to no man's emotion. I'm really trying to talk to him and reach him though. That's the thing about me. I'm really trying to reach him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to have this conversation with, and Public is too, bro. But I really be like thinking, you know, I can't say these niggas like I'm not God or nothing, but you know what I'm saying? I really be like, bro, like how y'all come, like just listen to what you saying, bro. Hey, just have better decorum with your mouth. I'm 28 years old. Y'all can't be asking me to be the example when y'all not being the example yourselves, bro. I can't stand being put in that position, bro. I don't like when they ask me to be something that they're not. I mean, that they're not trying to be themselves. I shouldn't have to be the example. I shouldn't have to be the example. Oh, what it say? Oh, I got approved. I got approved. Dang, bro. I don't even know what I said. I'm gonna give y'all about 30 more minutes, bro. I'm gonna give y'all about 30 more minutes. And I'm gonna get off here, go take a shower. That's crazy. Oh man. Yeah, we back. We back. Let me invite some of my friends, bro. Well, not my friends list. I don't know these niggas in real life. Yeah, hey, they got me. I don't know what I said.
You ain't really said nothing.
I didn't curse. I didn't say anything, bro. I like, dang, man. That dude's name is the Troll of Trolls. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Hey, man, y'all tap the screen, man. Share the live, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. They be getting mad, bro. They be getting mad. But I'm gonna try to. I think I should talk. You know, try to. Oh, I'm a woman. I'll let you up in a minute. I'm trying to see what the dude's talking about right now, and that because I am finna rotate it. You know what I'm saying? But but yeah, y'all. Oh, it's Divinity. Yeah, I'll let you up in a minute.
I was about to say, I'm like, what the? Yeah. She scared me too, Dad. Between her and J Barnes and the profile pics, they scaring the hell out of me.
Let me see if I can invite J.E.'s over here, man, because they got me out the game. I wish I could search.
She said she got a question for Sir at the top.
Okay, hold on. Dang, I wish you could search people's names in the guest thing, but like I don't even know that dude. What's that dude's name, man? No, J.E.'s.
Oh, but hold on a minute. Let me get it.
Yeah, I can't invite them. But yeah, y'all tap the screen, share the live. We're gonna try to get the numbers back up. We're gonna try to get the numbers back up, bro. And public following came in fast in a mug. Where's yeah, I can't even manually search.
I just sent it to him.
Cool, because he didn't even get a chance to talk. And I don't remember. I don't. It's only right now. It's gonna get up. It's gonna get up. Like don't worry about that. We ain't here for the numbers, but y'all just keep tapping the screen, share a lot. We gonna be all right. I'm gonna let J.E.'s come up. I wanted to let Jumble come up because I'm pretty sure he has something good to say. But like,
shit, that's my dude. He was here.
He wasn't in the box though. He was listening. He tuned in. And I saw him in the view. I saw him in the view. I think he made a few comments in the chat.
Shout out to the couple of buddies that came in here.
Yeah. Javon came in and he was talking earlier, but I wanted to let HNIC in public rock out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all tap the screen, share the live. Tap the screen, share the live. We're gonna get it started. We're gonna have a decent conversation. Decent conversation. Tap the screen, share the live.
I know.
Become the bear. Yeah, I try to be a good channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Check out my content. You'll see what I'm all about. Let's just say a lot of men don't like me. And Cat Williams said, if you ain't got haters,
you know me. I love being
you ain't popping. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole bunch of haters, man. Whole bunch of haters.
Yeah, you know I love being loved and hated by everyone. So that's just my thing.
Yeah.
If you ain't loved and hated by everyone, you ain't doing something right.
Hey, but y'all tap the screen, share the live. There go Chaz back. Tap the screen, share the live, engage, tap the screen. All right. I don't know if that other guy gonna make it back in.
Did that happen because the team's name?
Yeah, I don't know. I got yeeted. I don't know. It just said I got a violation for hate speech and something else. Hate speech and something.
I don't know what that was about.
I don't know what I said hateful. You know, okay. You know, but whatever you say, TikTok, because I was explaining the story. I was explaining the story. You know what I'm saying? Like,
reprimanding yourself, low key.
Huh?
So you're reprimanding yourself.
Yeah. I guess I shouldn't go into details no more and be vulnerable out here. You know what I'm saying? J's, what's up, man? Yeah, let me invite him back in, man. Let's see if he's gonna come up. Cause he didn't even get a chance to talk. What's going on, brother?
Greetings, good brother. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Bro. Hey, man, I had shared your. Hey, you got a YouTube, J's?
I do not yet, but I'm about to set out one.
Hey, let's schedule some for what you doing Thursday?
Thursday could be clear depending on the time. What time we talking?
Oh, you know me. I don't never go live till like what 8, 9 o'clock.
I'm on Central Time.
Where am I at? I'm in Texas. I'm in Central. I should be in Central.
Yeah, you're in Central too. So yeah, I think we can work that out.
Yeah, around 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I think we should do something, man. Like, you know, just talk about, because I had mentioned you, because some guy tried to check me talking about, it was yesterday, talking about I don't promote anything. And y'all tap the screen, shut up. I don't promote anything that's positive about men and what have you done. I said, man, every time I do promote positive stuff about men. And also I be recommending dudes to go check out JEs who literally be doing these goddamn mental health. I mentioned your name and Jay Vaughn. I said they be doing these mental health awareness lives, and we as men don't be tuning in. So I said, don't act like I ain't over here promoting men of character that ain't out here cussing out people and you know, trying to make a difference out here. I said I do.
Very right on some other shit though.
Yeah. So like I
posted a Men's Mental Health Monday.
Yeah.
Post just this week, and unfortunately, like you said, there isn't a lot of brothers, and even the men who do come around, they don't look like you and I.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you though. You do be sound like Barry White on some other shit, but what?
Yeah, because like you know, and y'all tap the screen, share the live, but like yeah, because they don't care about it. So they be trying to gaslight me, acting like I don't be doing it. I was like, bro, me and my homies, or TikTok homies, have sat down not sat down on TikTok, but like held a panel together, being vulnerable and talking about our issues. Y'all just don't be here to hear that. It's women over here that do speak positively about black men. I get challenged by some women sometimes. I'm not up here just dissing black men.
I think what happens is a lot of us try to use that and knowing that there is some truth to it to some degree, but we only usually drop it in conversations to shift the conversation to something we're more comfortable with, because we've been uncomfortable with what was going on leading up to that shift. I think if more of us as brothers cared about not only our individual mental health, but the mental health as men as a collective, then the way that we like drop it in these conversations, we won't have to drop it in the conversations the way that we do as much as we do.
Yeah, and you know, it's just a whole bunch of gaslight. But I really be trying. See, you know, that because you know, we talked about building that bridge one time. I'm like, bro, I was like, y'all can't really ask me at this point to not to like try to challenge me to act like I don't be going to the absolute men that y'all name demons on this app. When I live,
Yeah.
I've already spoken to Anton Daniels. He said to my face, black women are the enemy. What do y'all want me to do with that? What do you want me to do with that?
I've heard that a lot.
I don't know what you want me to do with that, man.
Nah, for real, Jay. Remember that time, Jay? I don't know if you was here for that, but it was a time he did try to say he wanted to get all of us together, and a lot of us was like, nope.
Yeah, bro. Nah, everybody was like, no. They, you know, that's why I be agreeing with HNIC, but at the same time, it's like I don't know if I got the, you know, I ain't gonna even call those guys, you know, swine, right? I don't want to call nobody a swine, but when I'm casting my pearls, I don't know what more to do. Like niggas asking me to be this guy that they not trying to be themselves. So at some point, you know, y'all just gotta let that rock. But it's not equal smoke though. I just want it to be equal smoke because you know
you're asking for a lot, brother.
Yeah.
Not even that. Not even that. Jay, notice how when we do that, notice how when we give them the equal smoke, it's like every single man that we say that to ends up playing victim and start talking about them. Oh, but you know, it's one-sided. Y'all never talk about the others. Oh nah, we give y'all the same. We give y'all the same smoke, but y'all don't want to hear it. Y'all just want to play victim and shit. So,
but like, there's no both sides. Like, here's the thing: we can say harm is done on both sides. I don't care about that argument. I get you, and that can be said. That's fine. I get it. Yeah, there's harm on both sides. Here's the problem: in the discussions, the harm is not being stated. It's on both sides. In those discussions with those men on those panels, that's not being said. So don't ask me, right, to be this representative of being what it is. I've already been the representative. I like, you know, I'm never going to say I'm better than a person, right? That's disrespectful. But I don't meet the criteria. I'm not y'all. You know, like the guys that's talking online and being trash. I'm not bald headed, right? I'm not struggling with women. I'm married. I don't have children out of wedlock. I don't even have a huge body count. And it's Jay, your story different. And you know, you feel free to you feel free to explain that whatever you want to. But I'm not. I wasn't out there just really out here running through piles of women and thinking that was manly. I lived up to my roots to the best of my ability, following it to the best of my ability, which is why I stayed out of a lot of freaking trouble. I never caught an STD. I never, none of that stuff. So it's like the example of man that y'all talking about reaching manhood, bro. Yeah, I had my father. I had my mother. My mother died when I was 16. So it's like I lived up to exactly what the heck you talking about. But y'all getting mad at me because it's like I'm supposed to be on this bro code. I don't like the bro code. If my nigga cheat on his girl, I'm gonna tell his girl.
We need to redefine it. You was talking earlier about people calling you simp, because I've gotten that too. But here's the thing. Every time I ask them to explain it, they can never really give me a definition. And I'm usually ready in hopes that they do, because I have the definition on hand, because they've called me that before. And just so that I'm being open and honest about this, the definition of the word itself, at least the slang term, the way we use it, is a man who goes to excessive lengths to gain the attention, affection, or approval of someone they're romantically or actually interested in, often without reciprocation. The term is usually intended as criticism or insult, implying that the person is being overly submissive or self-sacrificing in their pursuit. So here's the thing. When I'm talking about the things that I'm talking about, I usually back it up with the studies and stats and just really being the fact that I've paid attention.
Who's it pay from?
So what?
Is there music in the back?
Someone.
Oh, my bad, man. That's me. Usually when
Ain't
I'm
nobody, not one person complaining about the music.
Yeah, I was about to say,
No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing with your chat. I'm just playing.
Nah,
That's
you
that's
all
the music.
It just came up like it was normal.
And my boy got reverse
I've been
Kevin
deep in my
Samuels going on.
jazz bad lately. I even been posting about it, trying to invite people to jazz talk. Like you scroll past it and you see it. Relax for a bit. Pour yourself a glass of wine and breathe. It's worth it.
Yeah, Shannon Love said quiet storm. No, facts.
Nah, so here's the thing about that whole simp stuff. Just according to the definition, the things about me specifically, I'm happily married.
Mhm.
I've been with this wonderful woman since 2009. We've been married since 2013. We have 4 beautiful kids. There isn't a woman walking this earth that would make me risk that. Not even close. It's to a degree that because of therapy and because of her, it's unfortunate to say this, but I think a lot of men on average, we aren't able to see this, especially outside of our household, outside of our family.
Yeah.
I'm able to see women as whole human beings and not a means to a pleasurable end. So I'm able to be legitimate friends and or associates with them to share knowledge and various other things. Hey, I don't give a damn if a lady thinks I'm attractive or interesting, none of that shit. I mean, whatever, bro. When I'm having these conversations, it's not for that type of game. But what it tells me is for the gentlemen who use that word, you're telling me how you see women.
Become the bell. I
And what I
appreciate
mean
the
by
like and
that
subscribe.
is you believe the only way to get closer to a woman in that way, the only way to get that woman in the bedroom is if you are lying. Because you believe people like myself, you believe people like Shannon, you believe people like some of the other gentlemen I've chopped it up with on here, you believe that we are lying for their approval. So what you're telling me in return is you lie to get close to them, to get what it is that you want. And that's something you got to sit with yourself, brother. It's all good. Just do the work.
I just want, if I had valid critique, and I said I'm open to it. You know what I'm saying? I said I'm open to it. Like you want to hold me accountable on something I said, fine, right? But the pandering and simping, you got to understand how this works. If I am a man talking bad about women all day, that's going to attract a male audience with women coming up to defend themselves. That's just how it works.
Mm-hmm.
If I am a man who is defending women, calling out men and the harmful things that they're saying, that's going to come with a woman following, right? Because they don't see that often. It's just going to happen. And it's going to come with men defending themselves. I just want to know, can I call men simps? Because every time I try to call men simps, they be on them lot. Can I call Black Guru a simp?
Yes.
I mean, I'm saying, hey,
He's a whole simp.
can I call some of these men that's on TikTok all day, right? Talking to women and talking about how they dress and why you wearing that thing on your head and stuff. Can I call those dudes panderers? Because I be seeing the men throw their little gifts and super chats
Hey,
too.
Jay, how many times do I call them simps? With the
All the
time.
I mean, I don't give a damn. I don't care about women's validation. I don't care about a man's validation. But I would never give a damn about man's validation. I am happy within myself, bro. I'm comfortable within myself and the Lord, but myself, you know what I'm saying? I don't need a male validation. I'm not a male advocate. I don't advocate for men.
I got a question for the host.
Yeah.
Is it just pandering, or is it pandering to women that don't deserve it? Like, I mean,
when do you ever deserve? When does a person deserve to be pandered to?
That's a good question.
When they work for, like, so his wife, for instance, I'm sure she's done plenty of things, like such as give him children. She deserves to be pandered to. Like, I mean, I'm sure.
But how do you pander to somebody online?
That's a great question. that's a great question.
No, I'm saying that. Well, you know, I'm like really like if we're that's what we're calling those men. We're men who built the platform off of calling out disgusting men's behavior or misogyny, or even if it was just a man calling out black men because he wanted to reverse the script. right?
I guess
Because
I'm asking for context. I don't
So wait, I can answer that. Give me a moment. I'm gonna try to make it succinct because I know there's other people on the panel, and I don't have a problem with the question actually. But much like I said, I had the definition of simp on hand. Of course, if I have that one, then I have to have pandering on hand as well because I've heard that also. So pandering, the definition, it refers to the act of expressing views, offering services, or making actions designed to appeal to the desires, prejudices, or weaknesses of others, often for personal gain, popularity, or approval. It typically involves insincerity or manipulation, as the person doing the pandering may not genuinely hold these views that they express, but instead they're trying to gain favor or support. So for my wife, I never pander. For my wife, according to the definitions of pandering and simping, I never simp. What I do is simply love that lady like she loved me. We just continue to pour into each other.
so what if I did? So wait, H&I, just one question. I just want to add a little. I just want to add a little caveat. I love black women. I married a black woman. There's no other color that's for me, right? I did a black woman's appreciation panel, basically saying, "Hey, man, stop listening to these dudes saying that you're nothing and worthless." I did a black J.E.'s was there. I did a black woman's.
My wife's so black, her name is Keisha. So
I did a black woman's appreciation panel. You know what J.E.'s came up and did? This man, because I almost said the N word. I don't want to say. I'm trying to be better. This man, this black man, right? This wonderful black man came up and recited Malcolm X's famous speech. Word for so freaking word. We had over 100 black women.
It was sweet.
Black women in the thing. What is wrong with me showing my love and appreciation? If it was pandering, what's wrong with me showing my love and appreciation for my group of women when all they can see, or I ain't gonna say all they can see, but a lot of the times what they see is a man hating on black women and always weaponizing statistics for the most part. What's wrong with that? What?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But as far as like pandering, I mean, like based on his definition, at some point he said typically it means that you're looking to like get up on that person or you're doing it for your own benefit. Typically,
then everybody panders.
Right, exactly. So my thought process is like pandering doesn't have to necessarily mean you're looking to get over on that person. I mean, you can just be appealing to their better sense of nature just because you feel they deserve it, or maybe they do deserve it. And yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, me personally.
So wait, time out with that. Oh, my bad, HNIC. I was about to ask him the question.
Because I want to know what he meant by is pimping.
Yeah, the word pander, the archaic word for it would be to pimp. Because it's something that, as J.E. was saying, that you may not believe in actually what you're putting out there, but you're putting out there to serve the base emotions of the people out there. So you're putting that out there to where you can get money or get favor or anything else. Now, what we do with our wives, we cater to them, which is totally different from pander. And even looking at the word simp, I look at the idea of like the attachment style, someone who has more of an attachment style that's anxious, where that they're more of a lose-win type situation, almost like Samson and what he did in Genesis, where it's saying that, hey, even though we know what Delilah was about, he knew what Delilah was about, but yet he was still going about and catering to, or going to her and giving whatever she needed and everything, and it set up a lose-win situation. So when guys, some of them, they'll just say simp, just whatever, oh, you married, you a simp. Oh, you believe in emotional intelligence, or you're a simp. But there is the idea like someone who has a attachment style that's anxious, where they put lose-win type of mentality. And that right there is dangerous.
So what about this? So Derek Jackson, I wouldn't call him a panderer or a simp, because he never, in his, I ain't gonna say he never told a lie, and watch everything, but he wasn't lying. He just wasn't living.
Yeah.
Right. But is that pandering? He was exposing the game. First of all, it was Tony Gaston that really came out and did that first. Then it was Derek Jackson, and then it was Shoemaker. Right? There's an order. And y'all pray for Shoemaker, because I don't know what happened to that man. I don't know. I hit him up in the DMs. He responded. He said he'd be back soon. It's been over 2 months. So y'all just keep him in your prayers. I don't know where yet. But anyway, should make way. So it was Tony Gaskins, Derek Jackson, should make way, right? Tony Gaskins was the big one that took off, especially with books and being on Oprah and all that stuff. But he's not a simple, and you can never call that man a simple panderer. It's just not gonna happen. He's done too much work. Derek Jackson was saying everything that men do. That's not lying. He didn't, and I don't even know if he was presenting himself to be the man, because I don't remember in his content was he was saying get a man like me. Can y'all find the clip? I never seen Derek Jackson. I'm not even saying it's not out there, but Derek Jackson say get a man like me because I am the standard. That dude was just saying what men do and how men operate, and that came with a woman following. Okay, that's what it came with. That just is what it is.
And I think what happened is because I agree, there's a lot of meat, if you will, on the bone to the things that he was saying, whether he was living in it personally or not. Mm-hmm. But I think what angered a lot of brothers, or what bothered a lot of brothers, is the thing that I go back to all the time. There are too many of us who care about the image of man rather than the actions of men. Mm-hmm. And we try our best to either ignore it or other ourselves from those men. Or, other men's like, oh, that's not all men. And what about the good men? And I'm not one of those men. And here's the thing. At the end of it all, at the bottom, I would give you the benefit of the doubt in the conversation that you're saying that, to say, okay, you're not that man. Okay, your homies are not those men. Okay, your pops isn't that man. But do those men exist? And now that we can establish that those men exist, can we establish the numbers in which those men cause harm? And now that we can establish that, what can we do about that going forward? I understand the actions of men makes you uncomfortable to the degree to where you don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. And it's not just because I have a wife. It's not just because I have daughters or moms, sisters, cousins, friends, or what. No, it's not that. It's because of humanity itself. I can't afford to ignore these things. None of us can.
What do you mean,
Yeah, I
yapping?
appreciate y'all having me. I feel like I learned a lot. I'll definitely be back at some point. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, you too, man. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
I never minded it. That's the thing about me. I don't care. But I get what you're saying. You're saying basically you can't ignore it because of how humanity is operating and the evilness and harm that's being done. I get it. You know what? That's a lie. I just lied. I didn't want to. I did not. Hey, listen. I did not. I have no problem having a platform, nothing like that. I didn't want to come out and say a lot of the things that I said. I didn't want to call out my own group of men for the things that they were saying online. I did not want to do it. I promise y'all, I did not. But I couldn't. It was like a tug in my heart. I couldn't keep seeing these videos. I got mad at the nigga with the gold mask who tried to use the Bible.
That shit, that went way too far.
Yeah, the Bible to try to say do mass genocide. I can't really say the word, y'all.
Yeah,
genocide on black women and ready to go to war against black, and then the hyena talk, and then it's gonna be funny. Out of all that stuff, though, the one that made me mad the most was black people need to get back in the kitchen. I don't know why. I don't know why that made me mad the most. I don't know, bro. That's not even the worst thing that's been said, right? Come on, get back in the kitchen. It's not even the worst one that's been said, but it was just like, nigga, we as a collective are broke, and some of us don't even have a clean kitchen that we would want a woman to come into. Let's stop the BS here. I don't know why that one just made me go off the. I was hyenas, and did this one stupid one get back in the kitchen? Because that was a talking point. All on TikTok, niggas saying these women need to get back in the kitchen to be more submissive. And there was another one. black women are a tool for white supremacy. I lost it because I was like, what? How do you fix your mouth to say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you even get to that conclusion?
So
That
here's the
type
thing.
of
I
stuff.
know how they got there, but I want to address a comment I seen earlier from the Public Spirit. It's a cool name, by the way, where they asked what I was yapping about. So
He probably wasn't in here.
no, it's okay. I can sum it up and say,
Another Shannon, how you doing?
I can repeat what it is that I said at the beginning of it. There are far too many of us as men who care about the image of man rather than the actions. And when it comes to that, there's one or two, one or the other type of man in that situation. One is the man who hears those conversations and he knows that he's the person that the conversation is about. And he can't understand why the spotlight is on him in front of all these strangers, although these strangers don't know who he is. The other man is the man who try to deny that these things are happening because it either makes him uncomfortable or he feels the need to put his cape on for all men. I don't have a problem with you attempting to put the proverbial cape on for men, but when you do that, address the whole as it is. You don't have to be blind to some of it. Address all of it. It's okay.
Now here's the problem. Since they say that we are very here's the one-sided stupid argument that I hear, and it's not HNIC who does this. I've never known him to do this. When they say that we can't name women who speak highly of black men on these panels and on YouTube, go ahead and name some, Jay. Since they say they're not out there.
I can absolutely name
watch this, y'all, because they say it don't happen. They say the little black boy has nowhere to go to. But go ahead.
Here's the thing. Some you might not know of, but I can name them as easily as possible. There's one on here by the name of Dab. She go by Cloud Chaser. She would say often the criticisms that she have are about the men, that the criticisms that they deserve. But you would not be able to come in her panels or in her presence and straight out disrespect men for no goddamn reason. You won't be able to do it. There's another one on here, a really good sister by the name of Cool Ass Black Woman. I've seen her go at other women for the fact that for how they came at the ideal of black sons because she has one. And she's like, damn, at least give him a chance. And I've seen that in real time. What's the shenanigans? The conversations that she engaged in, she's engaging in the conversations about the problem, but I've been in the panels of the appreciation of these black men. There's a sister on here by the name of what is her name? Because she has a few different pages. Mahogany. There's a sister who's not even interested in men on here. She has a page with her wife. It's Day and PJ. She's another one, as well as her daughter, who's on the panel with her almost every day. Her name is Mermaid on here. The sister 21. Man, look, the Shemaine go up for men. I'm just saying. And she's not even interested in us like that. Brother. I've seen these sisters, and the reason why I know these sisters that way, there are sisters who share lives for me to come through sometimes because they still give a damn about us enough to have brothers to speak to other brothers to try to get through to them on some level. Yeah. So there are a bunch of them. In fact, I know less of the ones who are like, you know what? If all y'all, none of y'all are good for nothing.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
Less of them.
I be scrolling on TikTok sometimes, and I get into a mutual live, and I get it, but don't tokenize me, y'all. I'm nobody special.
Right.
But I get into these dissenter men live, and they be like, Shannon, come up. I quickly scroll up. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I get because they still care about my opinion. But I ain't got no business. I ain't got no business there. I would just go ahead and get Shemaine. Y'all did it one time, but I was like, I evaded that one, bro. I was like, I gotta get on. No, but I come up sometimes when they ask me to, but I don't infiltrate women's spaces. That's not for me. I see decenter men and I see what the conversation is about, right? And it's a woman's panel and they're having a discussion. If they invite me on, if they happen to see my username when I get in there, I'll come up. You know what I'm saying? If they want to ask me a question or how I think I should go about, yeah, I'll answer. But for the most part, I don't invade women's spaces. When I be seeing these panels, I don't get mad. I think they absolutely should. I think decentering men is the best thing that you could possibly do, because I don't think a man should be your center.
So I've had that conversation before, and I had it geared towards men on that, and I understood the conversation was going to catch attention, and people wanted to disagree. But the way I broke it down was, when I'm talking about decentering men, I'm talking about the man that society has built for us to believe is man. The way society has dictated what masculinity is. And because of that, things like leadership, aggression, dominance, stoicism, competitiveness, all of these things have made masculinity itself so able to be corrupted into toxicity that we have to almost redefine this shit altogether. So when I was trying to tell brothers, when I'm saying decenter man, I'm telling you to decenter the man that society told us men are supposed to be. And once you do that, you start now with all of those pieces scattered over the floor. You pick up the ones that mean the most to you, the one that makes the most sense to you, and you start placing them back together in a puzzle that looks more like you. A puzzle that is more healthier, honestly, to even look at. Not even to just be immediately, but to even look at. So, yeah, the idea that I was trying to say, and of course I adopted it from the conversation that women were having, and it made me think that, yeah, men should do the same. Once you decenter the idea that society gave us as man, you start to then focus on yourself, and we build a healthier example of this.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You went into a whole bunch of details. I didn't go. Oh, go ahead, Shemaine. Right,
No, I was gonna say y'all should already know my motto already. I love black men. I just don't like some of them bitches. Y'all know my motto by now. Like, I don't know how many times I gotta tell my motto. Like, listen, she love black men. She doesn't like some of you bitches. So keep it in black. Like, listen.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that. I should have known by now. She gonna come in with that type of energy. No, but here's the thing, like, because Jay-Z, you see, I'm knowledgeable, but like, you know, and because we on YouTube right now, like when ladies, when J.E.'s come through with Mr. Voice, that's what I call him, right? Mr. Voice. when we do a panel, I'm gonna introduce y'all to the who I would say are decent fellas. I don't know him personally, haven't met him personally, but from the things he say, I can judge him only by what I hear in the conversation we have, right? He's a decent guy. Always very uplifting, married, truck driver, loyal from what I can tell, right? From what I can tell. but when he decides to come on YouTube, I'm gonna bring up Javon, who y'all have heard before. I'm gonna bring up Shemaine if she decides to start one. I'm gonna bring up J.E. I'm gonna bring up all the guys so y'all can also follow them and subscribe to them as well, because it's a few decent fellows on here that actually be trying to go against the grain. And maybe if they come
And
to
I
YouTube,
love every last one of them.
yeah, so when they decide that they want to come up and make their own channel, I got y'all. I'll even bring them on the panel for YouTube, and we can all just sit back and talk. But
This makes me now know that I need to go ahead and set one up. I've been meaning to, I just haven't yet. I'm gonna say this before I get out of here, because speaking of the truck driving thing, I gotta answer capitalism in the morning.
Answer the capitalism.
Hey, you know what it is.
taste the bread, baby. Gotta get the
What I would say to any brothers who may be still watching or watching from the hallway, as they say. Something that I hear Mr. Jones say all the time, and I want to expand on it just a little bit. Drink some water and say something kind about yourself. the reason why I say drink the water is because honestly, man, I think we don't estimate properly
We don't
the
drink water.
importance of drinking water.
We don't drink water.
we don't do it. We don't do it enough, man. And since I'm in that truck like that, that's like the number one thing that I'm drinking throughout that shift. And the other point about saying something kind about yourself. A lot of us, and I don't think it's a bad thing, would like to hear something kind said about us from those who are around us, or even strangers. Y'all seen how it is. If a stranger give you a compliment, this should change your whole day. And it can be the smallest of things. They can say something about the shirt that you have on, and your day just became just a little bit brighter. But here's the thing. When those compliments are few and far between, what do you have to rely on to get that sunshine? You rely on putting enough in your own memory bank of the nice things, the kind things that you said about yourself. Because it's cool hearing it from other people, but when you can hear it from yourself, the gravity of your own voice is heavier than any other. So again, gentlemen, drink some water, say something kind about yourself, and stop defining yourself simply as a man. Start defining yourself as a human. There's no limits on that. Y'all be good, man. I'm getting out of here.
Hey, you too, man. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Love you, Jay. He told nothing but the truth, because it's true. I keep saying that too. They need to. Some of these men really need to start acting like human beings instead of worrying about being. Instead of worrying about, if you worry about being a human being, you're much better off. Like, why is that so hard for a lot of these men to understand? There's nothing wrong with being a human being. There's nothing wrong with knowing yourself as a human being. It's not like it's difficult. It isn't. And then when you try to treat them when you try to tell them that, oh yeah, so all you can consider yourself as a man. Oh yeah, because that's what I am. No, you're not. You're a human being who has feelings, thoughts, empathy. You have feelings, thoughts, and all of this. So if all you don't find yourself is just a man, then obviously you don't have no fucking identity of your own. I've said that numerous times. And it's sad, for real, if you really ask me.
This is going way off topic, y'all, but there's been some few things happening that I don't have the mouthpiece to handle. I saw the lady who's breaking black babies' bones, but I can't. I can't hold a live without losing my account.
I'm sorry.
I'm because I want to do it, but then I my mind will go to a very dark place. I don't like stories like this, and the fact that she was given paid leave and they came back and did the exact same thing, and
even worse.
I don't know if I have the mental capacity to say that, because and then on TikTok, because I will title the live a lineage of evil. I don't care. And I will say that they love doing this to black babies or black people. But my mouth, I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to develop character. I'm still trying to not curse and not, be more Christ-like. But sometimes certain stories, I made a video about it, on YouTube, and I addressed it, but certain like holding a live about it, my mind would just I lose my account.
I love the Lord, but I'm still gonna tell it. Fuck her. She's a fucking bitch. You evil white dust bunny. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. She's evil incarnate.
It's only because
she need to be smacked in the face.
No, she definitely deserves to be locked up for the rest of her life. Point blank, period, throw away the key. But it's only because I realized, like, when I hold lives like that, you got these Caucasian people that always come in and they don't even try to listen to what I'm saying. They just get to saying you're a victim. Stop being a victim. Why you making this? It's not all white people. I didn't say it was all white people, right? That's what it's going to turn into. And honestly, I'm tired. I'm tired of it.
I felt that.
And because they gonna come in and say something stupid, my mind be looking at comments. When they be like, "Go back to your country," I'll be like, "Well, you go back to the mountain," and then I'll go find a tribe. But I can't stand when they talk about go back to your country when this is stolen land. You can't discover something other people were already living here. They tried to tell us that lie in school. In fact, Christopher Columbus didn't discover shit.
He stole shit.
All of them stole shit. So it's like
that Mama Vito, he stole shit.
And then they always want to play the North and the South type rhetoric, bro. Y'all originally came from the mountains or whatever you came from, and unalive dang near all the Native Americans. And then you decided to take over a land that did not belong to you. So it's like, come on now. But yeah, if I was to have a live about that, y'all, I'm not gonna be able to contain myself.
I don't blame you with that one because I'll be done mute and dropped everybody.
I hey, just
man, listen,
bro. The whole live,
you be mad at me, you be like, why you dropped all the white people?
The whole live is nothing but cuss words. It wouldn't be no straight sentences. Everybody getting responded to. I can't, and then I don't see color.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'll be done dropped everybody fast.
I could, you know what I'm saying? I could hold the live. I wanted to, y'all. I really did want to hold a live on that, but
yeah, it would have been too much. It would have been too much victims. Yeah.
The reason I lost my first TikTok account, which had over like 14,000, and it was growing at the time of when I was going viral, is because it was one last straw. I had 9, and I should have just used my backup, but I had 9. I had 9 strikes. And you can get 10 before you get it off.
I know. Bro. I was right with it. Mind you, that was around the same time that I had I think I had 13K at the time.
13K, yeah.
You and me was close. Like Jesus,
bro.
Those were the days too, though.
That one white woman that said they get their hair from horses. Oh my God! And I made a response. And I remember word for word for what I said. I said, now, Melissa, y'all try to copy what a black woman naturally has. Okay? Y'all go in the sun trying to get darker. Right? I was going in. I didn't say no cuss word. I perfectly played it out. But because she's a white woman on TikTok, I shouldn't come after her. And it was going viral, y'all. It was going viral. They banned me. They took away the account. They banned me, bro.
Yeah,
I should have just left it alone. I couldn't though. She tried to say she mad because her boyfriend cheating with a black woman. Ma'am, they go to white women, but they don't want white women really.
Yeah, they don't.
What you talking about? These niggas go to white women, but they don't like they don't really love white women for the most part.
No, they don't even stay with them.
They just hate They just hate black women. That's why they go to y'all. Do you understand how much of a low downgrade you are for a nigga to only choose you white women because he hates black women? Or because he has some kind of disdain for black women?
And here's the gag. They only have a disdain for us because we not like y'all. We not like y'all. Y'all will sit there and let them say and do whatever. We not gonna let them sit there and say and do whatever. We're gonna challenge the hell out of him.
Funniest thing.
We're gonna challenge the hell out of him. We're gonna make either he gonna do right or get out.
Now that white woman actually that white tea woman actually she gonna get in that kitchen. Yeah. Y'all gonna
what he says.
Shit. Let me not generalize all Caucasian women here, but y'all, that's why. Because y'all, not to say you're easier for intercourse, but you're easier to manipulate, to control, right? And y'all are more what's the word? Oh, I got it. Submissive. the white woman most submissive, even though they're not, right? But that's what the words they like to use. She most submissive. Okay, look, she sub. Like they be saying submissive wrong. Submissive, nigga. I'd be like, get the heck out of here.
What's going on, man?
What's up, man? What's going on?
No, I just connected for your live, man. I thought it was a really good live. Yeah, I 100% agree. I feel like black men need to be held accountable when it comes to this red pill talk type stuff, right? Like, we have valid concerns that need to get brought up as black men, right? When it comes to our partners. But I think the direction that we're going when it comes to this red pill stuff that we see on the internet, it's kind of weird. Like, we need to, like, actually stamp that out, because I think one of our top problems in our community is the patriarchy. So we need to try to find a way to come together, and we got to stamp that out, and toxic masculinity as well. So I just want to come up and just voice my opinion about that.
No, I agree. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I was not on the social media type thing. I didn't learn about what the patriarchy was until 2 years ago. Yeah, it's more like 3 years. But I wasn't, bro. I'm serious. The first time I heard patriarchy, I was like, "What the fuck are you niggas talking about?"
No, I was like that too. No
I was
cap.
like, "What the fuck are you niggas talking about? Patriarchy, misogyny. What is misogyny?" Because again, I've never been called misogynistic, and I wasn't in those spaces. I wasn't educated on that stuff. I'm still not even educated on the politics talk is not me.
Yeah.
I'll say you got it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still not educated on the patriarchy and misogyny and all those things to what I could be. I'm still doing studying, like learning like how that truly plays a part. I see how the patriarchy plays a part. Come on now. The man having primary control over everything and the women being under, I see how that's bad. Like I can actually see how that's bad because I see how it's used and I see how through time what's been done with men having too much goddamn power and being the ones in certain workplace, just in any field, right? And it's not even to necessarily like if women had more. No, actually, it is to necessarily. I think if women had more power, I don't think the world would be. I think the world would be better, right? If it was equal or more, equal. I think the world would be better if women had more power, more political power, more power in these workplaces, more power in the home, which they should have power in the home, but everybody take the whole man in the household stuff too far.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's a lot of unlearning. First of all, there's a lot of unlearning I had to do, right? Because I grew up in most black households is like very, fiscally conservative and socially liberal, right? But not when it comes to women. Not when it comes to women, right? We like to think of like, oh, black men have to be like the most masculine men out there, right? But now I feel like we're in the area right now that everybody's able to express their feelings, right? Able to like express themselves and be vulnerable to their partner. And I think that's one of the biggest downfalls in our community as of right now. We're starting to get more vulnerable, but we still have these, I don't like to say old heads, but I gotta be honest, like these old heads, like still holding on to the old guard of being like, I have to be macho, I have to be him. Like I be him inside the household, but it's a partnership, right? It's a partnership at the end of the day. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, that's my bad. I was interrupting. Go ahead.
No, it's like I was saying, this is a partnership. It's not one person dominating the house.
It's not a benevolent dictatorship.
Exactly. And I think us as black men, we need to start holding ourselves accountable and teaching our kids how to conduct themselves inside and outside a relationship.
I truly don't think true change will come to one, I do have a religious approach, so I do think purpose and God does come into. Now, most people don't. A lot of people don't agree with it. That's fine. I think centering yourself with Jesus would be the start. But then also, I don't think true change will come until you police your own neighborhoods. I just don't. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, if you want real change, you have to police your own neighborhood, fam. That's the only way. You want crime to stop. And I'm not necessarily saying join the police department. I'm saying maybe start neighborhood watches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be some real ones in their local neighborhoods to say enough is enough. Everybody getting snitched on, the gang members getting taken out, the drug dealers getting dealt with. Until we have that type of energy, bro, there is no true change.
I agree with
It's
that.
not gonna
I
happen.
agree with that. I think also, while we're doing that, we need to address why they're doing that, right? The why, like what is behind that, right? Like a lot of drug dealers, right? I don't know if I can say that on TikTok.
If it happens, it happens. We good, bro.
Like, I don't know, like I just feel like drug dealers, the cause of drug dealers, right? You know, cause of like most crime in the Black community is how do I get out of poverty, right?
Yeah.
How do I make it to the next level? And we have to get out of this individual mindset of how can I make it, but how can we make it? Like, how can I build my community up? What is a way for us to actually come together and build our own communities up instead of just thinking about focusing on me and start focusing on we? I know it sounds very like, you know, blah, 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 but
It's not blase blah. If we move, it's not blase blah. I get what you're saying. Why is blase blah? Because I've said the same thing, but they don't care. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't want to generalize Black people. A lot of people don't care. So what I'll put it like this is, if we had a servant mindset in our community, if I know the person down, hey, everybody on this block, we family. You need, I don't know what niggas be asking for, sugar, right? I got some sugar.
Yeah.
Your light bill about to go off. How can I pitch in? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I got 20 right here. You got 10. If we started doing that, bro, we will be able to rise out. If we actually started helping one another, right? And actually started looking at all of us as family. Now you're gonna have crime. Crime is gonna happen. But if we started looking at each other as family and actually had a servant mindset instead of what I can get out of this person, but better yet, how can I serve my community? How can I serve the people around me? We would have better conditions. But it's not blase. Nobody wants to, not nobody. A lot of people don't want to put in that work. A lot of people don't have that mindset, right? That's why when they try to go to scripture and stuff, it's like, okay, still God came down and served. You can't try to give me a whole bunch of Bible and Quran verses, but then the most important thing in the Bible was having a servant attitude, whether people believe it or not. He wants you to serve one another. But go ahead, my bad. I mean,
no, you're good. Like, I think we live in a capitalist environment that like kind of make us focus on individuality, right? It kind of make us focus on, okay, I gotta pay a light bill, or I gotta pay rent, I gotta do all this stuff, right? Before I have to care about, all right, how can we pay rent, or how can we pay the light bill, right? It's like we have to get back to that mindset of we, because we had it. We 100% had that type of mindset, like during the civil rights movement. And even to the time of like, I hate to say it, but even to the time of like slavery, right? We had that type of mindset of a community mindset. But I think we strayed so far from that path that we're looking at individuality more so than collectivism. And we have to get back into our roots when it comes to that.
I agree with you to some extent. Here's the only problem that I have with that is that eventually, right? Black folks can't fix their own community, bro. I'm just gonna be honest, because here's why. It's the only people that can fix it is the people that messed it up. I'm not even saying Black people didn't mess it up. White folks have to take accountability for what they did. Now, it's not today's white folks, right? But they benefit off of what's being done. If you keep beating a group of people down, right? Eventually, they're going to get to a point where they're effed up. So even when Black folks came out of slavery and started building their neighborhoods, who flooded them out?
White people.
Okay. Did you watch the Lake Lanier documentary?
Cynical Walls. Cynical Walls.
Yeah. That, I mean, come on, right? So, and then we had Wall Streets who burned them down.
100%. White people.
So When it came to drugs, we sold them. I got you. But who put them there?
White people, the government.
Who made it hard for black folks not to have, for black men not to get a job to provide?
Oh, 100%. And that's why I said, I don't think I said it, but I believe capitalism is the main proponent of racism, right? Capitalism is the reason for racism, right? Without racism, you can't have capitalism. Without capitalism, you don't have racism. So I feel like racism is a byproduct of capitalism.
Is it? I've never heard that argument. I think you can still have capitalism, whether it's no, maybe not. Maybe not. I think you can have some form of capitalism. Well, shit, can you? Like, because now I gotta think. Now I gotta think about it.
There's always gonna be somebody exploited, right? There's always gonna be somebody who's gonna be exploited by.
I'm not even saying we keep capitalism. I'm saying, like, I'm still thinking some way, somehow, they would find a way to keep capitalism would find a way to thrive, regardless if race, gender, and all that stuff was thrown. I still feel like there would be a way for capitalism to like stick around, but maybe not. Maybe not.
So in my opinion, right? In my opinion, and from what I read Karl Marx, like Malcolm X, like Leon Trotsky, right? All these great leftist people, right? So from what I've read, right, if racism is a byproduct of capitalism, right? Fred Hampton said this as well. Like, if we stripped away capitalism, right, who's going to be the exploited class? Who's going to like be the class to like exploit people, right? Nobody, right? There's not going to be.
That makes sense.
If we strip away the identity of gender and race, right? There's nobody there to exploit, right? Because we all unified in one front, which is the working class. White, black, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. We all still unified. We can still hold the white power structure accountable, but that same power structure is actually suppressing poor white people as well as poor white people. Like, you can even go back to slavery, right? You can go back to the overseer. The overseer was poor as shit, but there's still somebody else below him, which is the slave.
Okay.
So, like, just using that aspect of it, I feel like, in my personal opinion, from what I've read, if you strip away capitalism, you will also get rid of racism. That's in my opinion. If you want to rebut, you can. But
no, it's not necessarily I have a rebuttal because we didn't create race. They did, and even before because they had the idea of capital, because there was the idea of capitalism. That's why they came to other countries to exploit countries. That's why there was a class. I get how it could be all intertwined. If I don't have the idea of capitalizing off of other groups of people, then, or the construct of it, then there is no okay. And I think that's what that is what Public was saying earlier.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
The Public was saying, because he was saying it's a system of oppression, and I understood that. But I was saying, even if we took all those things, I still think they would find a way to oppress somebody somehow. That was my thing. I was still thinking, like, even if we take away that, I think somehow, But if capitalism is the root, then if you take out the root, if it's all intertwined like that, then get rid of it. I don't even know if. Because some people like to spin the argument that capitalism is bad, capitalism is this, but my thing is, not my thing. Other people say it's the corruption of the free market. Well, why is there corruption? It's because
the free market is a lens to actually make people seem like it's a free market. It's not a free market, really. It's not really a free market. It's to exploit the proletariat or the working class. Exactly. I like to say proletariat, but it exploits the working class.
Yeah.
So you strip away because Fred Hampton, right? I love Fred Hampton. I love reading about Fred Hampton. I love Judas the Black Messiah is one of my favorite movies. It's a great movie, right? People especially a lot of liberals nowadays, right? I don't want to seem like I indoctrinate you or anything, right? But
I could never be indoctrinated.
like, but a lot of like liberals, right? They like to feel like that black capitalism is our way to liberation. But no, we see that black capitalism, you see like the LeBron James in the world, you see like the Beyoncés in the world, right? They don't really give back to our institutions enough for us to actually build a sustainable working class for ourselves, independent of the white power structure, right? They give back for their own personal gains, right? It's all for their own personal gains, not for the betterment of their community.
I get it.
And like, you can look in our governmental process, right? Being a lobbyist inside of our government, right? They're able to buy and fund our politicians to push their laws and agenda to only benefit them, not the actual working class, which most Black Americans, I would say more so like 80% to 90% of Black Americans are a part of the working class, which is most likely me and other people and other Black people in America.
Yeah.
So again, I would say if you strip away capitalism, racism doesn't have a leg to stand on. Because I don't care who you are, I don't care what political party you're affiliated with, I don't care who you align yourself with, you still suffer from the top 1% and all these things that poor Black people suffer from.
Yeah.
You're just afforded more privileges for being white, but you're still not matching the top 1%.
Yeah, see, I always understood that argument. Just like, upholding the patriarchy. Like, I don't get mad at this statement when they say Black men uphold the patriarchy, whether it be in their household dynamics or however it is. I understand what they're saying. Like, they're upholding the power structure of the patriarchy and understanding that men benefit from patriarchy. I get that. You know what I'm saying? So I've always understood that part. But which one do you think? Well, not which one. Which one would you start to eliminate? If you could eliminate one right now, which one would you eliminate?
I mean,
and then work on
capitalism is part of the patriarchy, but I will eliminate what we all can agree on. Most Black men, well, I can't say most Black men. I say Black women, most Black women and Black men agree that the patriarchy is affecting Black Americans a lot more. I mean,
I don't know. You see, you the way you talking right now, I'm not even going to generalize Black men. I just don't hear us having discussions about the patriarchy.
100% agree.
Being one of our biggest concerns. So I don't know. I don't even know as a collective group if we as men agree that the patriarchy is a problem. I think most men actually don't believe the patriarchy is the problem. I can't prove that. It's just my opinion.
No, I agree 110%. And I believe as a Black American, right? As a Black American, I believe that the patriarchy is 100% a problem, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot, like I do agree, like especially with social media nowadays, right? Black Americans, you see like with the red pill talk and even like discourse on social media, right? We don't really talk about a patriarchy, especially when it comes to Black women. Because Black women, let's be honest, Black women are outpacing. I don't even like using the word outpacing, but it's a statistical fact that they are outpacing our Black men when it comes to college admissions and business ownership, right? 100%. So they are, as of right now, are de facto, I don't want to say leaders, but they are, we should actually look for them for guidance.
They're leading in those regards. They're leading. I mean, why not call them the leaders? I mean, we already say that they run in the household. Might as well say that they the leaders. Goddamn me,
the reason I don't say leaders is because people get turned off by that rhetoric of saying leaders, but they are our leaders as of right now.
I never understood. Well, I understood because here's the funny part: men say they want to lead, or that women need to submit to their leadership. Here's the problem: I don't think most women should submit to a man's leadership because most men aren't leading.
Exactly.
And I'm not even just talking about Black. We can take it outside of Black. Everybody broke. And when I say broke, I really mean broke. Like the average person in America, white, black, Hispanic, whatever, blue, pink, they don't have any money. Inflation is crazy. You're
Yep.
living paycheck to paycheck. You don't need 2 incomes no more. You need 4. That's a stress. That's me being over exaggerated, but you need 3. You do need 3 because it's getting out of hand. And eventually, bro, not eventually, it's going to keep getting worse. And then if the tariffs come into play, I don't even know what to tell you. You might as well move out the country at that point. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not fully educated on how tariffs works. I know it could be, sometimes it's been said it could be a positive, sometimes it could be a negative. It's definitely gonna be a negative, bro. Right now in today's time, oh yeah, it's my nigga, it's going to be a negative. So again, just going back to the point, like I don't be agreeing with what a lot of the people be saying online, but it's getting worse. You need 3 incomes right now. It's getting bad out here.
Yeah, 70%. I didn't mean to interrupt. My bad.
No, I was just saying, like, majority of us are broke. So going back to the point, like, I can't tell women, hey, you need to get under a man's leadership, even if they don't agree to that, right? Even if I was to try to spin the argument, I don't think it's a wise decision for me to tell a woman to go submit to a man and get under his leadership, because most men are not leading. And that's not a dig at men. That's not bashing. It's just the God honest truth. We're not lead financially, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. We're not. So maybe you should ask women for advice.
No, 100%. Like this is speaking of what you were just saying. Like 70% of the country is living paycheck to paycheck, right? 50% of this country have less than $500 in their savings account. Like that's just statistical facts, right? Like, and
it went down. I thought it was 1,000.
Yeah, it's 500. It's $500. $500 in their savings account. It's crazy. But like, just to lend to that, like, we should look for guidance anywhere we can get it, right? And I feel like Black women are our best indicators as of right now, just for us to move on as a society. Now, that's not saying to overburden Black women, but they are leading members of society as of right now. If you just look at the demographic, you look at the numbers.
The thing about that argument, right? Because I got my audience is mostly Black, even on YouTube, and I say this all the time. I think Black women never had a problem helping people out, especially and being the advocates of even other races of people and what's going on, and always standing up for other groups of people. I'm about to say this, and it might piss somebody off. Yeah, I think Black women are tired. I think they're tired of being the end all be all fix it in the community. So it's gonna be hard for Black men to come and ask for their help when we kept rejecting their counsel, right? And I'm not saying this is every woman. I'm just saying based on what we're seeing and what we're hearing, they say that they're tired. I mean, and then it's going to be hard because of all the negativity that we put out there. It may not be you personally or me. Well, I'm married, so it don't apply. But let's say I was a single man, or let's say we could go up to Black women as a monolith and be like, "Listen, we need your help," right? It would take so much of. First, we have to give them an apology.
100%.
For what the stuff that's been said online, the harm that we cause. Silencing them when they want to open up for essay. It's so much that it would go into asking the Black woman for help now when we kept pushing them away. And I'm not saying we as in all men. I'm just saying as a collective, as a collective group, a lot of us have caused a lot of harm and despair to where, we're pushing Black women further away than we're asking for the help. I mean, they're talking about living single, you know what I'm saying, and not having kids, and nothing wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. Nothing. I will never shame you for being single and unmarried with no kids, because statistics actually say that they live longer. We would have to we would have to show some initiative, like, cause what are they getting out of helping us, right? I just think it's a lot that goes into the conversation of how we would even go about asking Black women for their help.
So I agree with everything you just said. Everything you just said. And the thing about it is, if Black men, we have to do it as a collective, though. That's the thing. And we have to get out of this one Eurocentric mind, this Eurocentric thinking when it comes to only men can lead. Because that's to be 100% honest, that's a European mindset, right? That only men can lead. Like, that's not true at all. And especially in African cultures, there's a lot of African tribes that have women leaders, right?
Yeah.
So we have to get out that mindset, for one. Two, we have to actually, you're 100% right, we have to show initiative, right? We have to actually come to the table with something when it comes to just being, not even just being a provider, but being emotionally available for our women, right? 100%. And three, we have to build these institutions for Black women to succeed. And I'm not even saying we should even lead those discussions. We should even lead that, right? I'm just saying we should be there for them to build those institutions for them to lead. If that kind of makes sense.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's just talking to the men about it. It's just like, I don't want to. I hate to be that gloomy guy. It's just not it. The conversation that we have with men on a daily basis, they're too prideful. Anything can happen. Don't get me wrong. Anything can happen. I think you should always have hope. But just a lot of them are, they're not willing to put their pride to the side. Hey, bro, if I'm failing in one aspect, I don't care who I get advice from, right? It could be a woman, it could be a man, god dang, it could be a child who's doing better than me in life. I like that pride. We got to move that pride to the side. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that keeps us back is pride and ego, right? Ego is a big problem. We don't want to ask for help. We have a stigma on therapy, and who put it there? We did. We shouldn't have. Now, we should have never did that. We should have not told men you shouldn't cry and little boys you got to be tough and all this. You shouldn't have told is that. And then that created a freaking generation of kids and stupid stuff that don't want to go to therapy. And now but women go to therapy more than men, so they're unpacking a lot more stuff than we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still think therapy is going for crazy people. That's dumb. But yeah, we would have to show initiative. But brother, I'm about to follow you back. I will be going live tomorrow. So if you want to come up,
I'll be here. I'll definitely be here.
It might. I just said I wouldn't do it, but I might have the balls to call out this Caucasian woman that that broke them Black babies' bones.
I was literally born in that hospital, so that broke my heart.
Oh Lord, bro.
That broke my heart. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's crazy. I was in that same exact NICU that she did that in.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 27.
Bro, I'm 28. Bro, god damn it, it's always the young men that be doing better than the older men. Okay, I'm just playing. I don't mean to shoot no. I don't mean to shoot no shots at the older men. I'm just. But yeah, man. I appreciate you for talking with me, bro. And I'll probably be live somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m.
I'll definitely be there.
If you want to come up? I might run it back on some. I might have a little some in the background, get the numbers jumping, talk about what we can do to be better and stuff like that. But if you want to join, man, just bounce back. I followed you though.
All right, stay blessed, man.
Hey, you too, man. Have a good night.
You too.
All right. YouTube Thursday. YouTube. I just want to give y'all a service announcement, man. Thursday will be a YouTube only panel. Like, I'm not using TikTok. Thursday, it's gonna be a YouTube only panel. Tomorrow it's gonna be a both. I'm gonna try to orchestrate both of them, right? To have YouTube and TikTok talking at the same time. That's a lot of people. I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot of management. But if y'all want to come up on YouTube tomorrow, I will be. I got it. The link is back up. The StreamYard is working correctly. I'll be able to bring y'all up. So if y'all want to come up, come on tomorrow, and it shouldn't be no more problems going forward. So I'll be able to incorporate both of y'all. But I guess TikTok has officially said it's getting a ban on the 19th as well. So might as well get used to doing YouTube only panels. Anyway, man, I love y'all. Thank y'all for engaging with me. Brandon, thank you for all the super chats. I'm gonna send public a message because I didn't get to address them. Not address them. I didn't get to hit them up in the little debate. I didn't get to do that, but I'll let him know and see what he's talking about. I mean, see if he want to do it. But anyway, bro, hope you have a good night. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay safe and be encouraged in Jesus' name.